Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Confidence. Its one-year mission to train the next generation of Starfleet, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to help all go where no one has gone before. Welcome to the Nat 13's Star Trek Ascendance. I'm your game master, August Schmid, and with me, perhaps not for the first time, but for the first assembled time, is the first third of the crew of the Confidence. Say hello, crew members.
Hello.
Greetings.
We will go around the room, kind of introduce ourselves, and of course we'll introduce our characters more when we play. But yes, I am your game master for this game, August Schmid. This is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition game using elements of Star Wars 5th edition and, a lot of homebrew, let's be honest. We don't own any of this. Please don't sue because we're simply having fun, gang. We'll go ahead. We'll just start over here if you want to just say hello and, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Gus. Every time I play D&D and I don't crit in the session, there's 100% sure I'm going to crit twice in the next one.
Statistical fact.
Yes.
Hello, I am Sam. I am our resident rules lawyer. My job is to keep the DM in check, make sure he does, or GM in this case, in check, to make sure he doesn't screw us over, and that we don't screw him over.
That's very true, very true.
Hi, I'm Shelby. I'm gonna marry this dummy.
Yes, this is a marriage season. Spoilers for episodes later on. Excellent.
I'm Ian. I like to tell jokes and make plans that some of them work out and some of them are very cursed, and maybe I should seek out a therapist more often.
You should. Let's be honest. Thank you. And finally.
Hi, I'm Nathan. I'm single.
Wonderful. We begin. This is a super fun season. It's something we've never done. The world of sci-fi to the Nat 13 and to us as a whole. But I'm super excited to get started. The scene, of course, must always be painted first. We find ourselves far, far in the future. Stardate 73925. Or rather, what we would know as January 8th, 2399. It is a brand new year. And with every new year, of course, comes the most terrifying of prospects. The brand new senior class of Starfleet. We find ourselves coming down into Earth, our beautiful blue globe. We see traveling down through cloud into the wonderful Bay Area known as San Francisco. The Golden Gate Bridge stands beautiful red steel, having recently been sonically polished, as cars driving both on the bridge and above. We see shuttles zooming in and out of the sky as coming across the water from the Bay Area, we find ourselves at Starfleet High Command. The grounds of Starfleet and the university here at the Academy is a truly beautiful place. Lovely topiaries, cute little flowers planted in rows. Students, of course, and cadets are going to and fro from classes and lectures, each wearing a lot of standard Starfleet red. You do see, if everyone were to zoom in and notice, there is, of course, lovely little colored collars on everyone that variate between red, blue, and yellow, denoting the different paths that one can take in Starfleet. But, of course, we come to the high main building. We see what many students affectionately refer to as the Picard, or what we would know as the Jean-Luc Picard Housing Hall for Excellency in Students, so named posthumously for the grand works of a previous captain and, well, eventually Admiral in Starfleet. Inside this room, we find many, many students standing at attention, cadets waiting, as a figure is speaking above them all and kind of introducing everyone. At the front of the hall, you see a man, grizzled gray hair, lip kind of permanently curled into a smile, bit of like squint in the eye as he stands. Obviously, this is a admiral, as you can tell by the 4 pips bound by the ring. All of you are able to see and immediately note that this is Admiral Rick Shaw. Admiral Shaw has overseen many of the stuff going on in Starfleet. He is a well-decorated, honestly, hero at this point. He's done amazing stuff from the peace talks at the Cardassian Ridge all the way to the freeing of the Bajoran prisoners long ago. He's a sweet guy, if we're being honest, but very hard. Cadets, today you're about to escort yourselves from our humble little academy off to the stars. Now, of course, I want you all to be very aware that the training and final exams today are very serious. They are not to be taken lightly, as of course, if seen fit, you may, in fact, fail out of the exams. And you see, as he looks around, there's that uncomfortable, like, tension of the air of, like, yeah, I mean, we don't want to say it. I mean, we've come so far. As Admiral Shaw kind of leans forward over this podium, you will be divided into subsective units to be taking your exams in, overseen by commanders and captains in the fleet. Please be aware that your grades will be given as thus. You will be starting with a score of 100 points. And per every incorrect answer in a physical or in a written exam, or failure of time in a physical exam, and of course with the final accumulative holodeck test at the end, there may be a possible failing score. Cadets, as he kind of like salutes you all, it's been an honor to teach you. As we see many cadets lined, everyone, we are going to cut in how perfectly to one set of cadets in particular as we zoom in, kind of near a front row, giving the little wave. It's very subtle as finishing this, and then like little wave. We see 2 cadets in particular standing side by side. As we begin, would you like to introduce your characters? You can decide who goes first.
Who should go first? I mean, I'm technically older, so. Yes. Aaron, this bright young cadet sitting there, very richer tan skin, dark, dirty blonde hair and blue eyes, very physically fit. Yeah, wearing a cadet uniform, specifically, is it at this point red, the cadet uniform? Or
yes, these are the standard red cadet uniforms, and you've got the red stripe to denote you're in the command area.
Hi. I'm Alice Shaw. I'm his twin sister. She is a Trill, so she has a symbiote. Obviously, they're fraternal, but you see a little bit shorter than him, sort of similar skin tone, same blue eyes, but her hair is dyed bright pink and kind of fades to blonde at the ends. It's pulled back into 2 little space buns back here, but the underside is completely it's shaved and buzzed. And she is wearing the uniform, but instead of it being pants, it's a skirt. And it kind of looks like the red might be a little more pink than red. Yeah. But you know.
Yeah. Of course, we have some first-time people in chat making fun of the name Rick Shaw. And I have fun with my NPC names. Yeah. We see 2 characters, Aaron and Alice Shaw. Cadets where there may have been some deep rules checking, shall we say, to can Alice really have pink hair? I mean, if you're technically not... Like, hair color in Starfleet, we're really loose with, like, uniform. I guess it's okay, because everyone knows that their parents, of course, being Rick and Lela Shaw. We kind of cut back a few weeks earlier in this moment to a bit of a family dinner. Ooh. As, of course, sitting there, living in San Francisco, probably close to near your whole lives, both of you born planet side, your dad, Rick, or Admiral Shaw, of course, is sitting there eating some of this food as your mother, Lela, who's also a Trill woman, she has the same kind of beautiful, her hair is actually, she has dyed it much more like platinum today, so it gives that fun like silvery effect. But you see just, you've gone through all your tests. Do you need any more study material? We can set up, we could even hire a tutor before the final exam.
No, but how do you deal with these spots? They're so itchy.
You see, don't pick it up. You use just a little lotion in the morning. Your dad kind of just in that interrupting, you'll do fine. Honestly, it's been a hell of a time since the last student had to be kicked out of Starfleet for failing exams. If you made it this far, you're ready. And I mean, you're ready. Ugh. Now the real question is, what the hell am I supposed to say at that commencing thing? Once you all succeed, I better come up with it while you're in the exams. At this moment, like eating dinner, your mom gives that polite laugh, turns just, you're both gonna do fine, sweethearts. You're both ready, and you hear the little ba-ding, 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 ba-ding. Someone is at the door.
I call dibs!
You run, and sliding open, you see very slicked back, just starting to gray hair, black with that twinge of gray, and just the smile in his eye. You know this as Uncle Hank, but we would of course all know him as Fleet Admiral Hank Noble of Starfleet, the top Fleet Admiral.
I give him a salute, and then I give him a hug.
He salutes back, immediately pulls you into a deep embrace. Like you feel just that full arm just, how are you doing, Alice?
I'm doing great.
Wonderful. Rick, may I come in? Your dad. Hank, get over here, you son of a bitch. Get in. Come here, come. We put out a plate. We didn't know if you. Come in. It's there. We're getting close, so we're having a bit of a dinner before you gotta stay at the academy. You see at this point, Hank has kind of like sat himself down and just, no, of course, I'm more than delighted. I've overseen your progress very, very strictly, and I will say I'm very proud of both of you for the commendable honor you're doing your family and Starfleet by even enrolling.
Thank you, sir. And Uncle. Yeah. Sorry, I'm still in school mode.
You're totally fine.
Relax.
Right now, you may call me whatever you want. Of course, at the Academy, I am Fleet Admiral Noble. You see, he kind of gives that, like, just like making sure you know.
Yep.
Just sits back, just, well, are you excited for your test? At this point, he starts, like, cutting in. It's a very simple dinner, shall we say, of, like, what we would know is, like, maybe pork cutlets with roasted Brussels sprouts, kind of just, like, a quick, healthy meal.
Applesauce.
Right.
More
Lots of applesauce. It's great.
More applesauce. Want some applesauce?
I'm alright, thank you.
Okay.
Just scoop some more.
Admiral Noble just kind of stopped, just, you excited for your examinations?
Yes. I have prepared thoroughly.
Wonderful. I'm sure you'll do wonderful in both science and command.
I fell asleep studying.
You don't tell Hank that you fell asleep in class. You see, perfectly all right, Rick. No, everyone knows that there is so much to learn in life, and if we cannot spend moments in simple meditative contemplation, then what are we doing with our lives?
Exactly.
At this point, he actually kind of like, there's a bit of talk for a while, just the general, like, how's it going? How's everything? At one point, you're like, yes, any news from the project occurring? At this point, you see, yes, we are moving forward. It should be completed before graduation, and I do believe it will be very helpful for Starfleet as a whole.
Is this one of those classified projects, or is this a shareable one?
You see, all the adults. I shouldn't say adults. You guys are legally adults, of course.
Yeah.
But your parents and Hank all kind of like share a look for half a moment, and you see Hank just perhaps something classified until the point of declassification rather soon.
Understood.
You see, he kind of stands up, just, now I must go. I only had a short time to stay. Aaron, would you walk with me to my transport?
Absolutely.
Gives you another hug. Just do well on your exams.
I will.
And
Oh, I have a question.
yes.
So, as you know, I went through the ceremony, so I kind of reconnected with my symbiote. Am I allowed to draw on that knowledge or not? Because quite a few of them have been in this story. So.
You see. It's a particular quote I love. I try all things. I achieve what I can. I would suggest try all things.
Okay.
As Heka, use your deck. Now, of course, if you're going to be using it off campus, you do have to have the proper rules and regulation. You're not allowed to, of course, use this in any way to interfere with the coordinator test taker's mind. Like, your dad, like, Hank is giving that, like, very coy answer of, like, oh, how interesting. Is this something you have? Like, your dad is immediately like, don't use this, like, on
That's
people.
not how it works. I just draw knowledge from
No, I'm
reading
just saying,
people.
I'm
I can't
very
influence the way other
I
people
would, if
do.
I was your examiner, of course I'm not legally, I have to be in charge of another group. I'm just saying, you shouldn't use it for any, like, as this kind of conversation, this kind of like, you've had this conversation before too, and your dad just isn't really getting it. We see Hank Noble walking Aaron you out of the door. As you walk out of your house, again, it's a really beautiful estate. Like, again, nothing too fancy, but, you know, even 200 acres is really fun when it's, like, just a small family. We're only really here at night. Walking down, you see this transport ship that he's walking to. Just, Aaron, I, of course, commend you on your enthusiasm to go into command, but I must ask, why command?
Well, to be completely honest, there is the obvious answer of my dad and you and everyone else great who came before. I want not only in the boyish way to be like those of you I look up to, but I want to, I guess, be my own you.
He kind of like stops for a moment before reaching transport. It is a cool night here in California as Aaron, when I joined Starfleet with your father many years ago, you wouldn't believe the reasons I even considered having for joining. But if there's one thing I've found, it is that in Starfleet, you will find who you are out there among the stars. You see, at this point, he kind of stops and just, ad astra per aspera. Our Academy's quote. Do you know it?
Yes.
To the stars through hardship. I cannot begin to describe not only what the exams might hold, but in total, what you might find out there, but you'd make a fine captain someday.
Thank you.
Gives a little smile. Good luck. And you kind of have that fading memory of him walking away, standing here, hearing your father, like, Cadet Shaw, in Group B. Like, oh, I'm in Group B. Like, it's like, oh, right. Like,
I'm awake.
marching in, you see the coordinator, this woman just kind of like taking roll, just going through, just, Cadet Shaw Aaron, Cadet Shaw Alice.
Present.
Here.
Excellent. You will be in the Alpha group.
Cool.
Welcome.
Absolutely.
I'm just Cadet Cucumberon, Cadet. We cut. Would you like to introduce your character?
From the door, smaller bulk. I'm thinking like 4 feet, maybe even smaller. A cucumber hops out wearing a Starfleet uniform, no sleeves, wearing pants. He's got a large buck tooth in the middle of his mouth.
This is wild. Keep going.
No hands whatsoever. Mage hand, that's how I'm explaining
Yes,
that.
mage hand.
Okay.
Walks down, it's like, alrighty, are you ready?
Yes. Cadet Cucumberon.
Yeah.
Group Alpha.
Yep.
That way. You hop on over.
Yeah.
As we see, like, human being, Trill, Cucumber.
Alice tries to go to shake his hand and then goes.
No, you feel something shake it back.
It's that what? technically, of course, your people are called Philosians, is the like technical term that you guys might be aware of on that passive history. But you've never seen too many Philosians in Starfleet.
I give it a shot.
It's a good shot to give.
Cool.
As of course, people are being subdivided, everything. So you guys, it's that awkward moment of like standing here, waiting. The coordinator finds
So-
something. No, not back yet.
Does your mouth taste like cucumber, or does it just like?
What does a cucumber taste like? What do you people eat here?
That was not the right thing to say.
I was
Kind of a
saying,
racist
Lawrence,
question.
you're totally, you actually fun fact, your people eat vegetables. It's natural.
yeah, I was
I
like,
mean,
oh.
humans, we eat pigs and cows. Like,
Fair enough.
it's a personal choice, really,
I'm
for
sorry.
most people.
I'm sorry if that was insensitive. I was
Yeah,
just curious.
it's weird. I know.
Cucumbers
Does your
are
mouth
mostly
taste
water
like
anyways.
meat? Does your mouth taste like meat all the time? It's you
No.
don't really think about it.
That is a good point. You don't think of it. You don't. Do you taste yourself?
I think as you all take that half moment and start like chewing
Don't
your
go
own
down
lip
that
of like,
rabbit hole.
is this what me? Well, no.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
What does human taste
We
like?
kind of come back.
Surprisingly,
to
I
this,
like chicken.
Okay.
we cut back
That's just
to
Ian knowledge,
the
not like
bridge
points.
of a far-off starship. As seeing, kind of like reminiscing on your past, kind of why you're here, Lawrence.
I miss those fellas.
You see yourself, kind of the ship is. There's no way to list in space, and yet it is, right? This ship, we watch it as it is just slowly like moving through space. Thrusters aren't on, engine's not going, we're not warping anywhere. As a ship comprised of 3 people, we see of course, a little bit younger Lawrence, not too much, it's only been a little while, but also we see 2 other figures. Father Gripponus, as he is known by the church, having though left that name long ago, and Monsieur Luc, as your 2 friends who you didn't really technically steal the ship, but you didn't like come by it legally.
kinda
It was
like-
kind of a
You
gift.
fell into it
We're just happy.
after helping the king.
You see, Monsieur Luc, what do you want to do?
Another round of ping pong.
I'm kind of ping ponged out.
Ah,
We could find ourselves go fish.
go
Father
fish.
Gripponus just. I do believe Go Fish has been quite some tiresome recently. Do we have any of those older games? Air hockey? You see,
Maybe.
Monsieur Land just. I could go for air hockey. Oui, yes.
Yeah, well, what's that?
At this point,
Is that normally beeping?
like all of you look. There's an alert on the console. Do you want to try to look what it says?
Yeah, like
You hop over. You see Monsieur Lunt and Father Gripponus are like both just kind of like leaning back in their chairs. They're just like, we can't see it. You actually get up,
It's
look
like-
over. A ship is coming out of warp.
Oh, something's coming near us.
Coming out of warp, an intensive ship. What we know as the Titan. The USS Titan, one of the grandest ships in Starfleet. And we get, of course, when you guys were hailed, we see very montage-like of seeing the beings that were on board, coming aboard, like talking to you all, realizing that you're all just wayward. You're not technically pirates, but you're not registered amongst any vehicles. You're just all here. And one of them, before leaving, handing you a just brief letter, what looks like, just, well, if you ever want to do good in the galaxy and actually explore the stars, join Starfleet. You know, kind of in like a side, and you get that little letter and go,
Explore the stars. Sounds nice.
you tucking it away, you have that moment of thought, and in the background you hear Michelle, so is that the note to air hockey?
Oh no, we're still on.
As we cut back to the present, Lawrence, it's been a bit of a crazy time, but hey, this is the next big thing in your life. As your group is slowly getting gathered, we now cut to another humanoid-looking man, though much regular, as Cadet Gray Tyler.
Oh, that's me.
Cadet, you're in Group Alpha?
Okay.
Hello.
Follow
Am
me,
I really?
please. Yes, Group Alpha. Are you Cadet?
just after seeing the cucumber, you're like,
Yeah, are you sure?
Sure.
Are you Cadet
Yeah,
Gray?
yeah, that's me.
Please follow me. As you three, of course, see. Gus, would you introduce your character? What they look like?
He looks like he's in his late 20s, actually.
Yeah.
Full black beard like Captain America in Infinity War.
Hey yo.
Just hair slicked back. Looks good. About 5'11", 6 feet, 190 pounds.
I can't do this
Caucasian.
entire session with
Black
this
eyes.
taken off.
It's all good. It's all good.
And he's just there. He has no idea what he's doing there. Has no idea what he's wearing. And he might have no idea what's being said around either.
You are standing here. As the three of you see, okay, this is another cadet. Probably looks human from Earth, right? So it's like, okay, fourth one to the group. Tyler, standing here, we cut back, not just to a time, maybe a week or two ago, not even in the same Stardate registry system, to a date that old Earth might call 2022. Sitting in a chair, you get an email ping. As looks like your dad would just love to talk to you in the laboratory.
Oh boy.
Stand
That
up
always
and I
comes with
make my way to the laboratory. Is this a future home?
You walk on it as you see your father, the Dr. Nakul Gray. Nakul is standing here just, Tyler, yes, come. You got my email. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
What do you wish? What's up?
Are you high?
Come on, Dad. Yes.
It's fine. The experiment could work possibly. Tyler, I need help. I've come up with a breakthrough. You know, your dad has always worked in like bioengineering and medicine and genetics. Like he's done a lot for like, hey, common cold vaccines, like a lot of stuff like this. And so it's interesting to be like, what does he have now? Walking around the court, your father takes you to a part of the laboratory that you've been, but as you get close, he door starts raising out of the wall. Just, yes, hi. Don't believe we have much time, but I have a severe request for you.
Okay, what is this?
Tyler, much has happened in the world recently. Do you know what's been happening in the world?
COVID happened recently?
No, not the code. The wars and the people and the.
I mean, I'm always stuck in the lab, so I guess I don't know much. Why?
Tyler, I swear, do you not understand at all of the dictators in the world and the rumors of wars and what's been happening?
Look, tomorrow is tomorrow. Today is today, Dad. It's fine.
I would tell you to stop getting high in the laboratory, but it may not matter. Come with me. As he kind of like brings you through. This is the answer, Tyler.
What is...
We can't do much here. We've been limited by research, by our time. You see this machine, will take you to a place where we have the information. Where I can then have the information to help finally change things.
I'm surprised it's not a DeLorean.
What are you referencing? What's a DeLorean? Is that old car?
Yeah.
No, it's not a car. Why would it be a car? This is
I don't know. Cultural
This-
media and stuff.
cryogenic chronometry
Oh, wait,
in
did
its
that mean
fight.
Spectrum of the-
by both freezing yourself and time. It will push you to the future. Tyler, listen. I don't ask much of you. I've asked for years. The other doctors and I could have really used your mind in our research, but for now, I simply ask this. I want you to go get the information we seek.
How am I gonna send back that information?
Not to worry. Once you go, retrieve as much information as possible, and then simply retrieve yourself back. Just step back into the machine, and I've preset it, and it should push backwards in time.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
The last thing you see is your father closing the glass door and hearing those muffled, everything should work exactly as I have planned.
And then this
As-
is the position he gets freeze up.
You find yourself blinking. Did it work? It just got really dark, and you hear, "Oh my God, he's alive! Holy hell!" As door opens, and you see Kid. Oh gosh, hello.
Hi.
Who are you? How long have you been down here?
What year is this?
Well, I mean, it's what? Stardate, 17... Gonna make me look this up every time. I always forget. Stardate, 73925.
I'm from 2022.
What?
Yeah.
As we see that montage of realizing your father's machine did in fact work, but it was never going to go back. As
Oof.
it's hard to account for everything that can happen in a possible future, and he thought it could have. You have no doubt in your mind as he probably did think it could go back, but it had completely been ruined by almost now coming up on 4 centuries worth of time, decay, rust. Any materials, any like motherboard that could have been in have all but dissolved and rusted away. And you're just going off of whatever you think you can do, Tyler.
That's it.
Cadet, great. Please keep up as we kind of like come back to the present.
Sorry.
All right, 4 cadets. We just need one more. Please stay here, and of course, don't wander off as this woman walks away again. We see, of course, our final member, a rather imposing figure that you've been able to work your way over probably before, as you're well head and shoulders above any cadet here. Nathan, would you like to introduce your character?
So, my name is Namorum Heraclius, the Threat Seeker, the Lance Weaver of Lunaris. I am over 10,000 years old, and I am the one of the 10,000 guardians of the Emperor of the Imperium. And I have golden armor, and it is ornate AF, and it is awesome. And I have this huge freaking spear that will shoot a bullet that will explode you.
Cadet Namorum?
Greetings.
Yeah, Cadet Namorum, please follow me here in Group Alpha. Come on.
Hello.
You imposing it. All of you are like, okay, as there's boom, boom, 9 feet almost in the air, just like, whoa.
Now they say terrifying. I know God's
Saves
bigger
the
than the
cucumber,
boogeyman, and I understand
giant
it gets
person.
saves them being frightened.
You get,
There's gotta be.
How else can I do this? And you hear me start clapping.
if there wasn't a God, how can you prove this strange act of pure nonsense?
He's gonna
How
literally
can I
do a
clap?
scientific analysis and a phenomenon. This is how it works, you know?
Truly, the psychonic energy of this creature's mind, creating metaphysical particles that crash air together.
So psionic creatures exist.
Gravity does not exist.
As we cut back to a time and space almost farther than what we would consider our history, far down corner of the galaxy, the Imperium. The Imperium Galactus, as you see the Emperor. Most know him simply as Emperor, as in the Imperium. He is Emperor. But of course, to anyone colloquially outside of this galactic system, this is Emperor Demondium, would be his like official like name, or what other people might call him, shall we say. That's nowhere near of what people probably call him, but it's like, it's the quick term people have picked up.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad you said that because I'm like thinking, how do you say this?
Yeah, Emperor Demondium that's what's going to be the easiest way to say it real quick. As we see Emperor Demondium, you are kneeling before him as rise, warrior of the Galactic Imperium.
I will rise.
I have seen the insistence of the so-called Federation of Planets, and thus I deem you worthy to promote our name as a member of them. Coming out from behind the throne, you see a very small little man with glasses and mousy head. That is right, Mr. Emperor Demondium. Hello, I will be your representative in Star Command, or Starfleet. You see this man, tiny little blue shirt, tiny little glasses. Like, even among human standards, he's tiny, right? Let's be honest. And so
He's
it's not like
4 feet tall.
So yeah, it's like, whoa, like he's not even half your size. All right, don't worry, you'll be known as can I get your full name, of course, for the Federation records?
I will give you the briefest of titles because I have over 100 names.
I can fit up to 144 characters on my data pad.
He will list them all. I don't know them all.
Nemorum Heraclius, the Threadseeker, the Lanceweaver of Luna. You start going through it at one point. All right, and we're good. All right, you can call me Commander Oscar. I'll be your liaison. Want to come with me? We have transport being waiting just outside this very well shielded room. Emperor demanded, "Our shields are the greatest of the galaxy, so none may assassinate me upon my throne." That is very well and good, sir. Our transporter beams do have to work outside, so if you'll follow me, cadet. As this little man starts walking, the Emperor just... Stay a moment, Nemorum.
Yes, my lord.
You see Commander... Oh, I will wait outside. As scuttles off. Nemorum, the Imperium blesses you for your valor. Go. Serve in this Federation. We will remain in contact.
Of course, my emperor.
As you see he presses probably some like minute button inside the throne. People come out immediately. They're like start to wave fans. Feed him and just serve honorably. As he just a light on his golden throne. You walk out like kind of just outside the room is this dude Oscar just. All right, are you all set to go? Shall we get any of your things transported with you?
We shall. And then I'll just grab, like, whatever equipment I need.
I will say, it's one of those, like, all the spears waiting outside. We shall. Choom.
It's like,
He waits to have... Oh, that's everything you own.
I'm like, of course. Well, I already have it on.
I know, that's why it's like...
a blade and all that, but yeah.
2 to beam up. As Oscar now, you realize he's looking just really nervous and sweaty, like this whole time, but now just the fun little transporter swirling around you.
I will try to like make conversation to like see what he likes because it's just like as being around for 10,000 years, I
just this
know quite a
ancient
bit.
character. Well, I'm particularly skilled at pickleball. It's a fun game. We should we play it a lot. You can you can play it at the academy on your free days.
Interesting.
Okay.
I would like to indulge in this pickle.
Oh, you don't have to be. Where's our transport? It's like,
I would like
this dude is just so freaking intimidated. Just like,
Yo.
I would gravitate toward your character immediately because I could just fit inside your outfit. That's pocket part.
We cut now.
Like you're just about like this
All
is
the
my
group
pickle.
has been assembled
I'm just
as
I want to touch his armor.
you touch it.
Will not.
Cadets, you see this woman just like waiting for your attention now. Just all right, cadets, you are a part of Group Alpha for our testing scenarios. We will be heading to holodeck 719. Please be advised. You will have another cadet joining your group that are already in the holodeck, as it seems that Group Omicron had a extra and needed to fill out yours. Thank you. Come with me. She starts walking. You see as she starts walking, the hallways where she's walking kind of start alighting with like cool little like moving arrows and stars. So like, just there's a lot of cadets. I mean, currently you all do that quick scan of like, wow, yeah, like 300 of us. We gotta make sure we're well and organized. And you watch as this woman takes you all the way down through hallways to a holodeck. All of you have done holodecks. I mean, mostly you're going to do physical training in a holodeck, right? Because they can create tons of battle scenarios, tons of scenarios of like, hey, if you want to practice at like a con, like it's like, oh, I can just make it on the holodeck without having to be on a real ship. So thankfully, all of you understand enough of walking through the little archway as stepping into this room. Right now, it seems very blank. Simple gray tiles lining up and around in this cube. As you pass through, you see a cadet is standing next to you all. As this cadet is here, you see Cadet Sowards, Jack Sowards. Pleasure to meet you.
Hello.
As just this one, just all right. You'll of course have 3 total examinations. First will be the physical examinations, then of course the written test, and finally we will have a training scenario on a registered, stylized holodeck of the ship that you'll be serving on. Of course, please take it all seriously. I have been asked to advise you all that the holodecks have been a slight laggy. There's been a bit of a problem with the system with enough cadets going on today. So if at any point you feel like something may or may not be loading correctly, just be advised. Thank you all so much. You see, stops just right. As she goes on, she arch begin test simulation as the archway seems to shimmer and disappear before your eyes. And you all find yourselves standing now in a room that the tiles start shimmering into complete blackness. This is where I would like to ask the party to roll initiative.
Absolutely. First roll with this new dice set.
Hey, same.
First roll with metal.
Alright. I'm sorry because this is the first time I'm the second time I'm
You're not allowed to look at my dice. Stop.
What do we add for initiative other than dexterity?
Dexterity,
Yeah.
yes. Using the D&D system still, so it will be your dex. Let's go ahead. Start alphabetically. Aaron.
7.
Alice.
13.
Lawrence.
23.
Namorum.
18.
And finally Tyler.
18.
Well done. I will roll. You see that Cadet Sowards, you see he's got the red stripe like command track. You're gonna roll. Alright, he got a 7. He has a worse dexterity though than Aaron, and so will be
the
acting
2
last.
command guys are
Going
going
last.
last.
As beginning,
No
that's where
pressure.
I have to check my notes. We are beginning with the physical part of the examination.
Understood.
As you watch as around you the world becomes rock and stone that seem to rumble a little under your feet. Holodecks are really cool where they do use all your senses to the point where it kind of like tricks your brain into thinking like everything's real. So if you really, really stopped and looked at something, you would eventually realize, oh, that rock's not real. I could probably put my hand through it. But there's enough that holodecks do to like put just what you need in the way that your brain just settles into, right, this is real. The rocks moving around you, all of you hear a voice. You two recognize this as the pre-recorded voice of Fleet Admiral Hank Noble. Welcome, cadets, to your first day as... welcome, cadets, to your final examination. To begin, we will start with the physical portion. You are all on the planet of Vulcan, which is experiencing seismic tremors. Your current objective is to make it to a successfully transportable bay across the field. All of you see rocks are starting to shift and slide, and we're going to go through and make athletics checks in our initiative order, of course.
Oh.
Starting with Lawrence, you are first up. It's kind of that like all of you realize you ended up like being kind of put into a line, and so Lawrence, you're just first in line. So
Athletics, you say?
go ahead and make an athletics
And
check.
it cannot be acrobatic.
There's multi parts to this. This one is athletics. So we'll start with Lawrence. Athletics.
Nat 20.
Hey, Lawrence hops his way
Yeah.
across. Well done.
Surprising.
You, I'm not giving in points of inspiration for Nat 20s this campaign, as there's a new way I'm doing it just for Star Trek. 1 second. I do have to make note of these.
I like your
It will probably be faster. I do. This is my official campaign notes, of course,
Oh,
but I
nice.
will probably have to make these using typing, just because it's gonna go faster.
Total of 21 if you need to know.
I do actually. That is important to know. So even though it's a natural 20, which will
Total
help
of
succeed.
21.
So 21. Lawrence, you hop, hop, hop. You are jumping up like as rocks move, jumping onto the next one. Jump, jump, jump. Make it to the other side, no problem. Moving on, Tyler, you are next in the initiative.
16.
Tyler, you do pretty well. Again, it's very much that like ever so often you kind of stumble. You have to do a quick tuck and roll, land of like, what is going on? And eventually you make it to the other side seemingly with no issue.
Let's just say if I rolled what he rolled, I get a 21.
Memorial.
19.
19. You do much better. You easily overtake Tyler at one point because it's that like simple, really.
He tries to touch your armor.
Like,
It's just that, like, because I know it's just like, I know what you're doing.
I know what this
Time
is.
slows.
Alice.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I can't read
Oh
it.
no!
That is
Oh
a
no!
nice
I can't
dice, by
read
the
it.
way.
Yeah, great dice, but can
Right.
you read?
Good lord, that's a 4.
Is it really?
And
Whoa.
plus your athletics is a 5.
Alice,
Oh.
you immediately running through, and it's that like, oh gosh, this really you feel your foot slip, boom, hit your head hard, and just hear,
Oh.
Aaron,
9.
you start running through,
Oh
and
my gosh.
stop for a second. You watch Alice eat that rock hard, just slip, boom, crush just through, and in that half second you stop and realize rocks coming down on top of you.
Oh,
Ow.
oh dang.
What did our other dude do?
Jack
Jackie.
runs through, no problem. A little bit behind Tyler, it looked
Okay.
like, but for sure did like what you would think of like he succeeded.
Beat the DC
Yeah.
10?
Who knows what the DC is? I'm actually not going to tell you until after the exam what certain DCs are. As this happens, you realize it's that like, ow, that hurt, and for Alice, it's that like, wait, it didn't hurt, right? Because there's obviously
It's like
they don't want us to like actually
To be fair,
Eat
she's in a
shit.
skirt.
Yeah, full skirt. Again, cadet skirt. It's hard to take an exam. It's like we weren't prepared for like taking an exam to run around in like uniforms. But my face doesn't really hurt. There was probably some like cushioning it, a holodeck put to like
It's
make
like a
it
squeaky
nicer.
toy.
And of course, Aaron, before the rock even hit, someone's like, wait, yeah, of course the rock couldn't actually be here. I'm fine.
Oh.
And so, all of you find yourselves back in a blank black room. Fleet Admiral Hank Noble's voice comes on. Excellent. For the next portion of the athletics test, we have another scenario for you. All of you find yourselves standing in front of a high vaulted wall. Klingon rebels have taken an ambassador prisoner and are hiding them atop this tower. It is your responsibility to make it to the top and successfully rescue said ambassador. Everyone is going to make going through acrobatics
I'm
checks.
gonna wait to roll until all you.
Here we go.
I'm gonna
So,
tuck
we're
this
starting with Lawrence. Go ahead and make...
skirt.
Actually, here's what we're going to do, because this is fun. I would love everyone to make them together, if that makes sense, in the same little
Oh,
box.
okay.
We'll kind of make it... So everyone keep track of your die. As I realized kind of like I should have done this with the first one. I want them all to do it together. So everyone's
We're a
going to make
team.
this... We're a team. Because this is kind of a group
I'm
thing.
so scared.
So everyone's going to make it. Oh, here's Jack's ready. And go.
Oh, let's go!
Here we go.
That would be
I got a 17!
So everyone grab yours. We'll get them in initiative order, of course. So everyone take note of yours.
For acrobatics.
This is acrobatics. Here we go. Starting with Larry. What does that come out to?
19.
19. Pretty good. Taking it.
I built him to be Dexy.
He's a dex. Well, yeah.
And sing songs.
Yeah. Yes.
I was a pirate after all.
Tyler.
10.
Um,
Flat
Uh,
average? That's
Oh,
You got what
buddy.
I got last time.
excellent. Thank you,
Yeah,
Tyler.
you just did better with
uh,
those scores.
Nemorum.
Synthetic 13.
I'm pretty. I'm even all across the board.
13.
Wait,
Uh,
I'm good at this.
Okay.
Alice.
19.
Ayo.
19.
She tucks her skirt in.
I
does a
like
little
this a lot
tourniquet.
more because it's like it's the comeback.
Aaron.
15.
15. And unfortunately, Jack only got an 8.
Oh.
May
All
I?
of yes.
I have a question.
Hold on. Yes.
May I
Because-
remake mine a disadvantage to offer him advantage?
I will allow it in this.
Yes.
As you're starting to see some of
So
the
I will
examination
re-roll.
parameters.
My last one was a 12.
Yep.
At disadvantage, it is now an 8 plus 3, so an 11 for me.
Still 11. Which will allow him a chance to retry. Well done. Jack getting the 10 needed with the 11.
Nice.
Once I just reached out.
Barely
Nope,
reaching.
Come on.
Like, you are, Tyler, you sort of, okay, everything's there. Like, Alice, you are just climbing this wall. You take them out, you see Jack's about to fall.
What do you
Grabs
mean by
it.
that?
Oh,
I got
thank you. And you kind of like lift each other back up, barely getting to the wall. As you're like coming up, you see like all these Klingons like turning around. The simulation starts disappearing. As for Larry, Namorum, and Alice, you guys did the wall really well. You all succeeded probably pretty handily.
I still have some rope from my Buccaneering days. Just like
I'm just imagining like Moron like high five. It's like, oh wait.
no,
low
you
five.
feel you feel something high five.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, it's a low 5 though, because it's.
Is this what I've been taught in the academy to be a low 5?
And then you
Your low 5 is the highest of 5s for anyone. I was like, gotta get up there.
Like I have to kneel.
We watch
Just lay on
as
the ground.
fades to
It's like,
black.
there we go.
All of you standing there, just really. You feel the blood really pumping out. Like, okay, yeah, we're working out. We got this.
question about that. While we're waiting, can I bonus action expend a bardic and see if I can prepare any songs? It's randomly.
I will actually say no. The simulations are moving pretty fast, so you're gonna have to do it in the moment. if
It'd
that
have
makes
to be
sense.
in the moment. Got it.
As
Well,
what
it's
we're
a bonus
describing as
action
like,
of prep
oh yeah, we're doing
bonus
it.
action
So
of prep
these are
actually
kind of
means
one after the other. Of like, once you reach the wall, like the second you all play yourselves over, it's like,
Yes.
well, and we're back in the blank, and everything's starting to reload. Because of
Well,
course,
I
with
don't get to-
300 people, they gotta go through fast.
Yeah, the reason I'm asking is I don't get to choose them, so I'm like, hey,
Mm.
can I like quickly think through anything?
Oh, gotcha.
beforehand?
I will say it'll have to come in the next round of checks.
Next round, got it.
Next up, you hear Fleet Admiral Noble. Any good Starfleet officer knows that we do not operate in any stable atmosphere, but of course we operate in space. Your next training assignment: all oxygen is currently being depleted, and you must hold your breath and find a way to restore power to your ship. All of you, a beautiful looking, like maybe a little older style Constitution style ship. We're gonna make con checks together, not saving throws, unfortunately. Con checks together. And fun fact, I have to make a pure luck check for how long it takes you guys to put the systems back online.
If we have expertise in technology,
Everyone
would
get
that
ready
help?
to come roll together.
This
So
is
it's just
different
a
than
con
the saving
check.
throw.
Yes, it's different. Just con.
With the modifier,
Mhm.
like normal modifier.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sick.
What's
If we have expertise in technology, would
Oh,
that
yeah,
help
yeah, yeah.
get
Okay,
the
okay.
systems back online?
You might be able to use it to offer advantage to the luck. Here
oh,
we go.
I'm willing to use that
All
to
right,
help
Alpha Group.
advantage with
Here we
the
go.
luck.
Oh wow.
Everyone, Ian, which one was yours? Oh
Three.
no!
Oh.
I was wondering who that was. Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
Uh,
here's what we want. Are you gonna take that moment to try
I
to?
have a plus
I have
What,
to really
for
stare at it
plus
to see
8
what it is.
to religion, so I'm gonna be like,
Lawrence, you're gonna
Get that.
quickly try to use a tech check. Try
Honest.
to give advantage.
Can I use my action surge to try that check again?
I will allow that.
oh, you're
I will allow an action
oh,
check.
you got it.
You're gonna make a quick tech check just on your own to see if I will make. Aaron, no.
What did
Oh.
you do?
Oh,
What
that
did
was
you
a natural
do?
one.
Can I, since I can
Modifiers
advantage-
for that tech check?
Yeah.
22.
22, yeah.
I got a 17.
Here's gonna come in.
And
I got a 9, but can I also do a
Action
perception
surge.
check?
Yes.
Perception
Oh,
and
yes.
I have a
I
bad roll.
can't
Can I
get
roll
worse
again?
than a 3!
Yes, you
Okay.
can.
Okay.
Here we go.
And I get advantage
22
on
to that tech.
22 will offer advantage. So Lawrence, you're really starting to
And I
'cause
cannot
all of you
breathe.
realize it's again.
Oh, oh.
They can't actually take away the oxygen, can they? So it's very much that like, oh, they're starting to trick us by like maybe blasting that cool air and like using a vacuum board. It's like you feel as if oxygen. So all of you hold your breath, trying to get in time.
That is a 21.
21.
Yeah,
That will help
investigation,
lower the DC. Because of course, you gotta do this quick. With advantage, that was only a luck check of 8. Did not hit the DC. We need to go through with the initiative order. I do need to take note of these first. Larry, yours was
5.
5.
Oh gosh.
Tyler,
15.
Tyler, you're holding on. It might get harder. Namorum,
That was a 9. Excuse me. Yeah.
9. Alice.
19.
Aaron.
3.
Jack got a synthetic 20.
Good for you. Nice.
Larry and Namorum and Aaron. All of you feel that for you two, maybe it's while trying to action search, push yourself inadvertently. And the second you do, you hear.
Oh, okay.
As Namorum, you don't think about it, but it's like, oh, I guess I did breathe, but do I need air? It's very much like that. Did I fail? Maybe barely.
Okay.
As the system's going through, for the 3 remaining, including Jack, we're going to make contracts again as another round's going through.
Any of our efforts in the tech still pay off, or is it
you guys are immediately find yourself, the world around you is starting to like gray out and become black. As you guys watch, the simulation is building like hollow walls around them to be like, well, they're not here anymore. They died or breathed. So it's very much that like just you guys. So here we go.
It's okay.
It's not great.
Not great either.
It's okay if while this is going on, that's when I
8?
expend a bardic.
Me?
What'd you get?
No, I said eh.
Oh, I thought you said 8. I'm like, 8?
I said eh.
Tyler, what did you get? Sorry.
I got a 13.
13 still is barely passing. Alice?
11? Wait, I think. Yes, 11.
Barely. Same with Jack, who got a 12. You're not going to be... None of you are going to be able to make any checks because the simulation isn't here for you anymore.
No checks.
Alright.
Can I use my bonus action expend a
Oh,
bardic so I
gotcha.
can think through ahead?
Do a
like,
bardic, yeah.
Hey, what's the songs? Cool, I
Gotcha.
just need to roll a d6 and whatever it is.
Here
is
comes the
okay.
pure luck.
3?
I'm good.
Cool, I can give 2 people 2
That
HP.
is
My
a
signature
7.
save.
One last round. Because eventually, you'll find it anyway. But here we go. Just gotta hold your breath one last time. Alright, Jack's probably succeeding.
Is that okay?
What do we get?
14 for me.
10.
10 is no longer enough.
Oh, dang.
Tyler with a 14. Barely. Alice, you feel that it's the beating of your heart and the senses, even your stomach, everything's just like, oh, this hurts.
I can't see her, can I?
You do barely breathe and hear. Jack and Tyler, you guys are looking around. One last luck check. And on a 19, it succeeds. You find, hit the button, feel just that like, I can breathe again. I could have breathed this whole time. As all of you then, the world around you reconstitutes into this still kind of blackish void as you all stand here. And here. Excellent, cadets. Your scores are being recorded. Let's move on to the written portion. All of you see little desks come out.
Bomb this exam.
Pencil
Not
just kind of
enough.
floats
Bomb.
next to me.
Yeah, like, there's like number 2 pencils. All of you realize as you take seats, walls, around you, you will not be able to look at anyone else, of course.
Oh no, I can't see
Is,
my friends.
Oh wait, I can't give myself
Goes
bardic. I
your-
can't
You
give
can't give
anyone
yourself
bardic. No.
I was like,
This whole time,
shoot,
This was
get
your
I
plan.
this
It
whole
does
time,
something.
I was gonna say, August, can I roll insight on who's the smart and just like change my
I
exam?
know.
Whoa, bro.
I was gonna honestly take the test, but I
Here
guess
we
that's just
go.
the fighter.
We are going to start.
Like,
There are 3 sets of checks that will go as follows.
Okay.
The first is lore or history, of course.
Okay.
The second is medicine. And the last one is nature.
Only intelligence?
These are actually all intelligence based, in fact.
I
I know
am.
you're.
no wait, medicine.
Expertise
medicine
and
technically-
Or
tools.
medicine is wisdom.
Proficiency
Yeah,
and
I'm
knowledge.
like medicine should be wisdom.
Why would you?
I
use
am a
charisma?
bard!
Yeah, why
Oh,
would you
yeah.
use charisma on a test?
Yeah.
This is recalling
I
I have
information.
expertise in only
Remember,
religion.
remember, there is the
Uh.
probably charisma-based simulation coming after. This is a multi-stage test.
And I went the
Yes.
class.
With my trill background, am I able to pull knowledge and have advantage?
Because these are literally what you do. Yes, that's kind of the
Let's
fun.
go, because I
It's
already have
you
expertise
and certain
in
other
2
characters,
and
this
proficiency in
is
1.
kind of like how some people like Namorum's gonna do great with athletics. Other people, I know medicine. I know this stuff. Here we go. We're gonna start
Jesus,
with
thanks.
our rounds of lore, medicine, and nature. Once again, using our standard initiative. So everyone start with a lore check if they'd be so kind.
Would that be religion and all that? Yeah.
History.
Lore actually is history. Yes.
Oh,
yes, yes.
excuse me.
I have to roll for Jack.
How did I miss a box?
Here we go. Larry, what'd you get?
19.
19. That's not bad. Tyler,
22.
22.
Nice.
Namora,
17.
17. Alice,
This is the
21.
highest I've ever
21.
rolled for anything.
Aaron.
Oh, gosh, that.
Natural 13 for a total of 16.
Heyo.
On a natural 13. I'm doing stuff.
Oh.
It's the nat 13, baby. On a natural 13, you're going to realize something very important here, Aaron. This test that you're taking deals a lot, like the first part, it's natural history. Like when was Starfleet founded? When were people given things, like when was the first warp core invented? On a nat 13, you have a choice. This test seems a little too easy.
Okay.
You and only you know this because in this moment you can make a choice. You think that no matter what happens for the next couple portions, it might all come down to the final, shall we say.
Okay.
But that's a huge bargain. As you're realizing this is stuff, you've all basically taken this style of exam before. For all of you, it's not like, oh, of course it will. Aaron, you're stopping going, we've had this exam like just a month ago. Like there was other real stuff for classes. Why are they doing this all again?
Yeah.
You have a choice right now. You can either keep going through with the test, which could still prove rather valuable, or rather this written portion rather valuable, or you can just start prepping for whatever's coming up last.
I am very tactical. And so if I see a way that I can cut losses here to increase chances of success there, I will take it.
For sure. Make sure to tell me nat 13s as I'm gonna start doing more stuff with them this.
I like
Okay.
that. I like that a lot.
Mhm.
Because it's not a
Right.
natural
I know.
20. Like, oh, you win, but it's
It's a point of change. As a natural 13 can either be very lucky or very unlucky. Something might happen.
Okay.
Gives a bit of randomness that is still a lot of fun. The lore questions have passed. You are all now moving, of course, naturally, moving through this like paper book into the medicine portion. Stuff that everyone should know, like
Oh, damn.
basic CPR, alien biophysiology, like making sure you understand how to help people.
I get
Unfortunately,
Great.
Uh,
I just travel.
here we go.
Technically,
Don't
all
assimilate
idiots
yourself
here.
into Borg. Yes or no? Yes? Like stuff like that. Here we go. A round of medicine checks. If you want to take a disadvantage for an advantage later, you might.
Sorry, what?
Oh,
Ooh,
gosh.
Here we go.
Whoa.
Larry, what'd you get?
Nat 20 plus 3.
Ooh,
23.
good stuff. Good stuff. Tyler.
Nat 13.
Oh, we'll get to that.
For a total of
You get the same
Yes, for a
revelation.
total of
15.
For a total of
Nice.
15. Everything is different. I have thought through a lot of stuff depending on. Here we go. Namorum. Good
9.
9. Namorum. What is medicine? Just don't stop bleeding. It's so simple.
Yeah.
Stop
Stop
bleeding.
bleeding.
Your
Bleed.
Alice.
first heart stops pumping, so your
25.
second heart pumps
25.
together.
Alice,
Yeah,
you are
exactly.
acing. This is like everyone's had that moment where you're like, I could pass this quiz in my sleep. It's that great feeling of like, yes. And finally, Aaron.
At disadvantage, I rolled a 16 and a natural 20, so a total of 17.
Ow.
At disadvantage, 17
Nice.
is still insane. You're still passing it, but well done. That's going to help later.
I'm just hearing all this.
Tyler, you're not
I'm
getting the
saving
same
this
thing
for
as
when it
Aaron.
matters. I don't think we need them.
Do
I'm-
not.
Push those away.
Unlike Aaron,
I've had a
you're not sitting here going, this test, it's all, there's something more. You have a different realization. You kind of like look at yourself and realize that when you were running earlier, you kind of like rubbed your hand against the rock, and your hand is a little abrased, shall we say. That shouldn't really happen. And during the simulation, you and Jack kind of got to a pretty intense moment. Were you really having to pretend to hold your breath? In this moment, the holodeck might be a little too real right now, or it might not. That's something for you to decide.
That's creepy. I like that. That is creepy.
Important to note what Jack got. I keep forgetting to roll for him at the end. Finally, the last portion of this test is nature, or what we would know as classic biology, chemistry, stuff like that. Starting with Larry, or Lawrence. 11. Yeah, not bad. Tyler.
12.
12. Namorum.
8.
Namorum.
Bro.
Yeah, this back half of the quiz, whoo, it's getting rough. Alice.
Stop
Natural
bleeding.
20 for a total of 26.
Natural 20 for 26.
The soil
You
is made
Finish
out of
test hardcore. There's no doubt in anyone's that you finished first. Like, you're like, if this isn't 100%, and I'm not the first one done, I'm quitting Starbucks. Like, there's no way. It's that great feeling of like, I studied, I did the work, I passed.
Can I start sitting there and like, if I got a little extra time to kind of like
I'll say on that 20 for
solitude
sure.
myself and
Yes.
kind of like prepare myself for what's coming next?
For sure. Aaron.
At disadvantage, we're getting.
Not a
It's already pretty good. Okay, a 9.
9.
So
It
definitely.
bounced off. It went to a 16,
You
and then
start.
I bounced off.
It's
a
that
nat
natural
20
in
into
your
an
mind.
18.
You're like, I'm just gonna start filling in answers, starting to prep mentally. C. Like,
I'm okay with
Too many seasons in a
taking a
row.
loss on biology.
She-
B,
biology.
how many B's in a row?
Who's biology? That's what the science division's for.
Yeah,
no,
I'm
it's
command.
for sure.
This isn't my job.
And finally,
She's definitely put
Never
her
hurts
face
to
in
be a
this.
jack of all trades.
Jackie boy.
That's the only reason I'm getting through this.
Yep, I felt that.
as
Yeah.
this
Oh, I
Yeah.
feel that.
here we go.
Oh, wait a minute. I could just add songs.
All
now.
of you feel.
I had silly songs.
Oh no.
Oh yes, in the chat. I have to wonder if anyone has ever been to a Star Trek convention. Nah.
No.
We're trying our best. This is a lot for fun. So please correct us in the comments if we do anything wrong, because I'll do a lot wrong.
Yeah.
As
You go
we
in knowing
watch
failure.
the
Not
end
failure.
of this test finishing up, some of you feel really good. Some of you go, wow, I don't think that went well.
Adequate.
Did pretty well. And some have had a bit of revelation moment of something very interesting has been happening in this exam. The words of Fleet Admiral Hank Noble.
What is the environment looking like right
The
now?
environment is slowly rendering in on the holodeck to what will be the USS Confidence. We see beautiful spaceship, glass window, technically more of a plexiglass carbonate stretching out before you. There are 6 chairs in here. There are 2, of course, in front of a central chair. There's 1 to the left, which seems to be more of a communications area. And 2 to the right, which are more of like, maybe shall we say, like a battle station. Like you can kind of see off on a computer area, like, okay, that's for like weapons or other systems or engineering. Like, because obviously we can't have an engineering personnel actively like somewhere else in a simulation like this. You hear Fleet Admiral Noble. Cadets, congratulations for making it to this part of the examination. Please assign yourselves to the seating of your choice. In this moment, this is where we kind of break the fourth wall almost a little bit, and we will be using a bit of Star Wars 5e stuff called blanking deployments. Excuse you. Your deployment is not your class. These are actually separate like powers and stuff you get, because these are things you can upgrade and get better at. Of course, we have coordinator, which the coordinator is what we would call the person sitting in the seat. They provide notification, organization of the crew in between ships. We do need a pilot, someone to help fly the ship. There must be a technician, which will run the defenses of the ship, sitting opposite the pilot or helmsman. We will need, of course, an operator, someone at the communications area, which helps monitor, and interfere with not only with enemies, but with the ship itself. And there's then the gunner, someone who controls more of the weapons or part of the ship, and the mechanic, someone to really focus on the engineering and warp core. In this moment, you all get a choice.
What's his?
Everyone gets to choose where they want
I'm
to
gonna take the
sit.
big seat.
Communications.
Aaron sits
I'm
in
gonna run to communications.
communication. I need opposed dex checks because if both people want, it's not like who can run there faster. Of like, I want comms and just like run
I
it.
got a 15.
15.
It's just a
Acrobatics?
roll, right?
It's just a dex check. Yeah, there's no acrobat because it's kind of that like roll off.
21.
21. Alice
She takes
flips over. Is already sitting in the
What
chair.
is
Justice
the
in a
other
dress,
left
too.
seat available?
The other left seat of like, well, great. There's either actually there's two because there's also one on the other side. There is a gunner's station and an engineering station.
I
Which
was
one
gonna
is
go
the
for the
left?
engineering station.
I'll just take whatever left at this
You're
point.
good. Tyler's like,
Oh,
oh
gosh.
no.
I did not expect mechanic grade to be
Namora, where do you
religion,
wanna
so
sit?
all I think of
I'm
is
actually
just
debating
stick to
on
the wheel.
defense or gunner. Not gonna
Defense,
lie.
because the tactician basically sitting could be helpful.
Okay.
I have no intelligence, but
Screw it, I'll go for tactician.
Charmed.
You're gonna
Oh, that's
sit
right.
in the tactical area underneath.
You like I just have to go.
Yes,
left.
the technician. You're running the defenses of ship, of course. So you'll be in charge of the shields, shield projections. We have, of course, a gunner. You know, you'll be controlling more of the gun weapons.
I wasn't
Or
gonna
excuse me, engineering. Sorry.
I was like, I'm just imagining this tiny little bunch.
Engineering, comms.
I almost
Uh,
have a few
pilot or
characters
gunner?
who
There
ever
is
dies in a
pilot
story.
or
Ooh.
gunner. You
Yeah,
see
like that in
Jack
World War
in
II.
command, kind of
Oh,
like
gosh.
side eyes the guns and starts moving towards the guns, just seeing what you're doing.
I'll give you $10 if you let me take guns.
Give you $10.
Then he pulls a $10 bill out of his wallet.
Just like and
This is a 2022 $10
Dude, that'd be,
bill.
like, worth a
No,
lot.
you pull out a 10. I'll make a check. I'll see.
Is that allowed?
Takes it. I'll pilot.
Yeah, go pilot.
Sits down opposite. You hear Fleet Admiral Noble. Excellent, cadets. In this please hold. As you kind of get that, like, okay, yep, there's that bug they're talking about. It's probably again, if every single cadet is also taking simulation right now, there's a lot of power. So
what's everyone's favorite ice cream flavor?
While
Oh,
we're on hold,
there
is
actually
there anything
is a lore
sharp
answer
close
for
by
this.
us?
sharp.
Uh-huh.
You know, let's
What are
see.
you doing?
There's like, okay, at the gunner station, there's a lot of different levers. There is like a bit of a control switch that, like, if you keep it out, it's pretty sharp.
I'm
Just
gonna
Chocolate.
poke it until like it hurts me or I feel the blood coming out of my finger. Then
You poke it, and you feel blood comes out your finger.
too much for simulation.
Cadets, we should welcome cadets. Congratulations for achieving it this far. Your test is as follows. Aboard the USS Confidence, you have been asked to fleet.
Can I make an investigation check?
Yeah, can I make
This
a
is concerning.
religion check to try to fix that?
Please
And
do
I
so.
know it's technology, but I would like to call it religion because that's all it is for me.
That's a mean DJ he has going on.
I would like to perceive.
Perceive. For
Can I just make my passive insight, which is 17?
yes, if you just yes, of course, choosing a passive insight will always, of course, just like let me just take that.
That is
Uh,
a 17.
Can I take my
Oh.
passive perception?
you
So
want to know what that
let me
technician
ask-
check resulted in?
if everyone can, tell me, did anyone, if you're investigating, did anyone get above a 15? Just raise your hand.
Yes.
Would that
Well,
would
I
a,
got a
re-
15, but I
would a
got a
tech
17.
include the?
No, so these of
Because that
course
was
are
a
going to
nat
come
13.
in. A nat 13.
To
Okay,
try
I
to
see what you're
fix
saying.
it, see what I can find out and do that. So
I will give you that on the 15s. You're all realizing the system is having a tough time. Think of it like bandwidth, what we would consider 21st century. If enough people are using a holodeck at the same time, stands to reason that someone's gonna get the short end of the stick, and you guys might just be in that scenario of, oh great, the holodeck's just really struggling. Shouldn't affect your scores. It's just that annoyance of like, we're ready, we're going, and now we're kind of stopped. But of course, you get time to think. On a 13,
Nat 13.
you have a choice. You can either stay engineering or pilot, you think. Because in this moment, you're realizing there is a opportunity to swap.
What would be better right now to get through the test?
Say on a 13, maybe it's the pure inauspicious luck of like, could piloting be easier? Or is it that engineering's harder? Like, again, all of you are starting to see little like prompts come up at your stations, like, hey, of course, you've done this before, but here's what you do, like, be aware, like, listen to the captain, start talking to each other. So it's very much that, like, in this moment, you're having a choice where you could maybe swap with Jack, like, you know, I'll pilot instead of him, but if you stay, you're not sure why. It's a choice.
I think I'm gonna like mention Jack. How good are you at fixing stuff?
Decent.
Switching.
You know, switch them? Cool. Swaps. Okay. Jack will take engineer.
Does he pass this by me when he's going to the other ship?
Yeah.
Can I roll a sleight of hand to grab my $10 back?
Oh,
Go
bro.
for it. Go for it.
Can I use religion to see if Lord
Not at all.
Ketchup's
This is a
sitting?
solo. This is a solo.
21.
The Lord. You grab it back.
Bob cut you.
Here we go.
Yes. Oh my god.
All of you wait. Time passes. Simulation re-rendered. Welcome, cadets. Your current simulation aboard the USS Confidence is to approach and understand the current explosion in a possibly unknown nebulae in the corner of the galaxy. In such time, your parameters are to at the engineering station, sparks fly out. Jack's hand, and you watch this cadet fall to the floor.
I get up and I run
Healing
over
word.
to him.
Healing word.
Healing.
Oh,
Actually, I had
that's
a
my
sub.
thing.
Healing
Oh.
words don't
Just-
feel any good when it deals over the max of his health.
She's checking for pulse.
Oh my
She's trying to do CPR.
His heart is already stopped.
He dead?
He's dead.
Can we try to resuscitate him?
That's the question she's.
Welcome,
trying to do.
cadets. To
Everyone off the stations.
you
off
are
them.
off. You
Yeah,
are
I'm
sent
out.
to. All of you are trying like out of the station. Like Arch, where's the? The Arch is not appearing. Welcome, cadets. You have been assigned
I
to
am.
look for the stranded crew at the edge of the neutral zone. The crew of the Kobayashi Maru. Please be advised to help the stranded crew of the Kobayashi Maru in this scenario.
That was the most well said since blurted out.
What are you all doing?
I'm doing CPR.
You
Amazing. Everyone get off the stations. We don't know if any other are gonna burst.
stand.
It's not gonna work.
The stations, some of you, again, passively, I would say for a couple that have the better, like, passives on this, the stations do look fine. As Lawrence, you're realizing it was the engineering that it overloaded probably, and
Okay.
possibly saved your life.
Can I investigate on what happened with his station?
You go for it. All of you are...
I
I'm
also
doing
would
last
like to,
rites.
Cadets, please be advised. The Kobayashi Maru scenario must be completed in under 30 minutes for passing grade.
Well,
Okay.
I'm
Hello?
doing-
I hopped in the
Is
pilot
there anyone monitoring?
You hear... Cadets, you're going to have...
He's
Walk
dead.
Play through. We're getting it back online. Please play through.
It's not the system.
Please play through. Cadets, finish the simulate. Finish the simulate on our end. Finish the.
We're just gonna have to finish.
Let's go.
That's the only way to
I'm
get him
definitely
out
going.
somewhere else.
I want to do like a perception roll.
Go for it.
Yep.
Sitting in command chair.
Sit back.
You
I'll
immediately.
sit back and I'll put him in the last rights whatever position and set him against the simulation wall. Go back to communications.
You go back to communications.
I should probably bounce back and forth between the two jobs now. Next.
That is
I don't
synthetic
think
13.
engineering's up.
A synthetic 13.
Yep.
Doing perception. Off in the
Doing
distance,
this mess
rendered outside of the window, is a small freighter, which you now know to be the Kobayashi Maru. As you see this, everything seems fine. From your station, tactician, your shields are running pretty well. You're able to immediately, though, from your perception from the ship, of course, kind of like part of that, the ship seems to be at no power, or the Kobayashi Maru has no power.
Okay.
Your ship seems to be at full power, and so you could fly forward.
Sam's reaching out with communications.
We'll do so.
Go ahead and make me a comms check. You're going to be using the ship stats here, our communications expert.
Let's fly us forward.
That's what I'm good at. Not
Hold for a
Hold.
moment.
Hold. Captain's called hold.
Holding action to do so.
Gotcha, for sure. For a communications check, you're going to be doing, of course, patch, execution data pro. You have a +6 to this. Or excuse me, scanning for communication. +4. The ship has a +4, and I will tell you real quick, because you are acting in as operator right now, you've got some stuff you might be able to do. It's called a disruption. You can either hack a communication or enhance your scopes, maybe one or the other. Meaning you could like expend a power die, something everyone kind of shares of like, let's try to really scan and do better,
I
or
wanna see
hack communication.
If so, it looks like the ship has no power.
Mhm.
Does that mean
Far
our
as scan.
communications offline? If we were to try to patch through in communications, would it just be a waste of effort because we can't?
Gotcha. Go ahead and look for it, because this would be part of enhanced scopes. You will use that. It will help. I'll give it to you for free. Your communications then probably won't work generally. Is for sure. Nemorum, from your station, it's like our shields are like, again, we have full power. That ship seems dead in the water. Meaning you get that using some of that like enhanced scope, kind of just
There's
passive
like no
insight.
emergency power
is
on right now.
They might be dead in the water, and who knows how long. So they might really need help. And they might be able to receive a communication, but there's no way they could get
Okay.
it back.
I'll send out.
Quarter speed forward.
I'll
Held action.
send a communications. I'll send out a little thing letting them know we're there. We're here to rescue them.
Excellent.
Is there any like other ships like this could very much be a trap?
Maybe. Could be a trap.
Yeah, that is a really good idea to check for.
I gotta check something real quick.
That
Okay. You are trying
They're not gonna be able to respond to us, but I've sent a message.
quarter speed forward. Within a couple minutes, you're gonna reach the edge of the neutral zone.
Alright.
As you do so, you hear neutral zone between Federation and Klingon Empire. You pushing forward, making sure, of course, comms, con, pilot, tactician, weapons. Go ahead and make me a perception check. You as well. Your perception's not shit.
That is a natural 13, so that makes it up to a 16.
Nemorum, something's up. Your natural intuition is giving you this.
I don't see anything.
Yeah.
I got an 8.
Calm, seem quiet. It's that intent listening of, okay, I know they can't, but maybe they could, so you're taking them out, really trying to listen in. Once you hit the edge of neutral space, you rightly have, so I'll give you kind of based on what you're naturally thinking, this could be a trap.
Okay.
If you get too close.
I have
Would you like to share that?
something is wrong. This could very much be a trap if we get any closer.
Full stop.
Are there people on the ship?
Yeah,
That's
can we do
the
a
real
bioscan
question.
or a
Do a
thermal
bioscan.
Okay.
I will say that will actually come from fun fact, I have to check. It might be coming from weapons. Fun fact.
Where do we look at this? Like, so.
Oh no, that's technically. So you're gonna make a scan. This is under the ship's page on the.
Okay.
Excuse me, what's the word I'm looking for? On
Yeah.
the dock. The ship dock. It's a scan check you're making. It's a +4 because it's under wisdom for a ship.
Okay.
And Shelby has the ship. pulled
Okay,
up if
and
we
what
need
page is this on?
Do I?
'Cause I'm
Is it
looking at
base
it right
stats
now.
or is
it
Just,
perfect?
uh,
Yeah, that's
top
the
page.
ship.
Top page.
Top page.
It's under. It's one of the ship skill things. Of I'm going to let the ship scan.
If I can get it to open. There we go.
Oh gosh. Alright. So. Scan. I'm really blind on this. Where?
It's just a +4. I'll let you know.
+4.
So
okay,
I'm
alright,
trusting our
so-
friend's gut intuition as well, so I will also go. Gray, ready weapons.
That is another natural 13.
Another natural 13.
What?
Yeah, dude, you're going hard.
Dude,
So that'd be a
you've
17. So yeah.
seen these maneuvers. You've done these maneuvers.
Yeah.
As you know, on a natural 13, for sure civilians on that ship.
Yeah.
But who knocked him out? And who's waiting?
Okay. I want to ask a question.
Mhm.
Is there any way I can hack someone's personal comlink on there? If anyone has a personal comlink to patch through communications.
Unfortunately, I will say with, again, using your enhanced communication, kind of that like, I could do this as an operator before. You know that if people were to have communicators, they probably would have used them beforehand. And part of the scenario, what you're starting to get on the screen, I'll give you this, is the distress call came from this ship through broken waves. So it's like, if they had communicators, they would have been able to use them by now. So it's that really rough, like, oh no, they're stranded.
Yeah.
So our communicators we have are great, they're not getting through.
Let's do a long range scan. See if there are any other ships in the sector.
Before the scan is able to come out, 2 Klingon birds of prey come out of cloaking.
2 pokies approaching.
They're immediately targeting your ship. I need initiative rolls from everyone.
Everyone?
From everyone. As highest roll will help determine how soon the
Roll.
ship can go.
Well, in that case, if we need a high roll, I'll wait to hear what
Not
you
good.
say.
No, it's not. That's not good. It's a nat 13.
Ooh. I will say in this moment, a nat 13 can't offer too much.
I know that, but I'm like, ooh, this is gonna.
Yeah. Initiative roll is nat
The
13s
bear.
or nat
This is
15.
the absol of this
yeah.
game. The
18.
bear of
Tyler, what did you get?
18.
18.
Yeah, I know that phrase.
Namora.
I could think.
11.
11. Alice.
17.
14.
14. Aaron.
Quick, like, could I do like a passive look perception, almost see how fast these ships are going, where they might go.
For sure. I will let you know, yeah, passive. They've just come out of cloaking. They've been here the whole time.
So they're ready. So I need to go early.
Yeah.
I'm going to use Defiant. I have a 22.
22. That's good. As the highest of the rolls, here's how ship initiative works. You guys are all working together. So if we ever have to break it down, if, like, for example, anyone transports to the ship or anything, suddenly we've entered this initiative, you all work together. And I will roll for the Klingons, of course.
That was a total of 17. I thought to let you know.
There's a reason this is Kobayashi Maru. The Klingons rolled a 24 with a natural 19.
Question. The advantage you gave me for a future thing, is that still waiting?
It's coming now.
Okay.
That's coming now. Part of these advantages is what it's like, okay, I'll be able to start using
So
it.
I have an advantage.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
it is as thus. Kobayashi Maru needs help. There are people on board that need help. Klingons have just decloaked, though. They have yet to start firing, but they might any second. I'm going to make their checks.
Communications.
Here's what's important to note. Namorum, being the ship's technician, you're going to keep track of this. The ship has currently... Shields are at 79.
Oh, yeah, I'm seeing that. Yep.
And hit points are at 92. You're going to keep track of the shields. Because remember, thankfully, shields always come first before the hull. Once the hull starts getting damaged, that's damage to the ship as a total.
Okay.
Question, are we in the neutral zone?
You
or
are
we in the Klingon Empire?
technically in the neutral zone.
Okay. And
Any
the ship
farther
is in the neutral
Klingon.
zone.
So that's why it's
the
like...
ship is in the Klingon Empire.
So that's why, oh no, if we go any farther, we're out of neutral.
Yeah.
Okay? The ships fire. That is
We're into the neutral zone.
into the neutral
Okay.
zone. That is
So then
17
we
plus
have-
8 plus 9 plus 6. Yikes. 15, 17, 20. That deals 31 points to your shields. Shields immediately go from full to about half.
Shield capacity.
The two Klingon birds are just
Thank you,
firing.
Lauren. Is it our turn?
Yep, that's you guys.
Reach out communications.
I will
Go.
patch through to them.
Make a con check. You're going to use the ship's using its probe now, which is a 6.
That's good. 22.
22.
Yes.
You patch in and see a Klingon full battle armor on screen. Gonna pull him up real quick because
No.
it's fun.
Ew.
There we go.
August just puts on face paint real quick.
One second, I gotta put on my makeup.
Yeah,
Fun fact: when I was younger, I got a really bad sinus infection that my forehead actually swelled up and I looked like a Klingon. Photos exist somewhere.
Goodness.
That's the one I use.
That's sick.
You see, here's where I need to ask: does anyone speak Klingon?
I do. In
You
fact.
do?
What is
fact.
technically Klingon?
Oh yeah, I need to translate some of my languages.
We'll
I
translate.
have no clue
If you
what they
pick
are.
I
other stuff,
think I
those do
would.
have like
counterpart.
one-to-ones and counterparts. But there are, of course, Klingon, Romulan that have no true counterpart deity, which we can work later.
Okay.
That's important.
I got to
I
pick
think
3
I would
languages, so I picked
technically
Klingon.
would also speak
I
Klingon
got-
just from prior knowledge.
From prior knowledge
I
is
think
what I
I'll just work with you what language.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking in
I don't
English
know.
right now in the ship.
Yeah, I've been
Oh,
speaking
yeah.
in the
Tyler, the
English
whole
or
time,
the Galactic
This
basic.
is really messed up.
Yeah. In Klingon, I will say.
Federation scum! I see you have decided to approach the glorious Klingon Empire.
My name is Aaron Shaw, and I am captaining the USS Confidence. I apologize for our approach, but we still remain in the neutral zone. We ask
Your
that you cease
presence-
fire immediately.
Your presence is all that we need to attack. Surrender your lives and you will die a glorious death.
I'm afraid we can't do that. Again, I will ask you to cease fire, or we will return.
Gox! Communication ends.
Return fire. Full speed.
Yeah, here we go. All
Let's go,
right, guys.
baby!
Here we go. You're going to be making for the ship. You're going to roll a D20, of course. We got some great stuff.
Falling into your
Here's what we need to know.
It's a mimic.
Your weapons. You've got a double laser cannon, where that's 2 attacks, each dealing 2d4 energy. You do have the turbo laser. This is a specialty thing for the newest stuff. It's a one-directional. Thankfully, you would have to ask pilot to move you because it can't hit both. You know, it's
Yeah.
a locked turret, but it deals 3d12 energy damage. You have torpedo launchers and bomb deployers, but if you start firing those, you're going to need your crew to
Yeah.
immediately start doing stuff. So this is your choice. Out of these weapons, which one do you want to try?
Which one's the biggest one?
Biggest one is turbo laser. You're just going to need the pilot to help put you in position because you'll have to hit one or the other.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell the pilot. I need you guys to just
Easy enough. Turning speed, easy enough.
move.
Which one? Left or right, pilot?
Right.
Right one. You start turning.
Quick
You're
question
locked
from
in.
past knowledge.
Yes.
Are we in range to beam a rescue team to...
You'd have to get closer.
Okay,
For
so
sure.
So
we'll wait
I
for
rolled
us
a
to get closer,
D20,
but full speed, yes.
And what else?
Full speed
modifier?
forward,
20.
turning right.
This is going
Yep.
to be using your ship's strength.
drift.
So you add a +3 to this.
Okay, so it's a synthetic 20.
Synthetic 24 sure hits.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll 3d12 energy damage.
Oh my gosh.
This is good.
Oh, this is
3d12.
I have an idea.
Remember, and of course,
This
once
is
you
my
get through
great
shields,
plan.
that's when you'll
Yes.
start hitting holes.
Once we're within
know
range
if
to
they're
beam an away team aboard, prepare to reduce power from the engines and put all power towards shields.
You're gonna need probably. Well, you're on shields right now. You're on cons, so someone's gonna have to give up to go figure out transporter.
After we are done
I
piloting.
think
After we're done piloting.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna run to
Yeah,
that.
so
Okay.
once we get close enough, cut
3d12s?
engines, turn
3d12s?
shields, beam
2
it.
9s and an 8 for a total of 26.
20.
Here's my thought.
Nemorum.
That
The ship's bird of prey. Shields are all gone, and it's already starting to get into their hole. One of those birds of prey already is down, looking into their hole points. They've got no shields anymore.
Okay.
Again, turbo laser is really good. It's just that rough, like,
Yeah.
it's gonna take basically then your home. If we were like, oh no, we want now the other ship, you would have to go back around.
yeah.
You're fine now. Here we go. Excellent turn. Any last things, people? Because that's the big stuff for weapons, big stuff piloting. You could do anything else tech-wise as a technician.
I'll coordinate to prep an away team.
Starting prep and away team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm
what else
curious
can I do
about
as a
something.
as a
creature.
you can do a lot as a technician. Sorry. Here's where we'll kind of like zoom in on some of your stuff. As a technician, you've got what's called stratagems, and of course, after session we'll figure out stratagems. You know, this is my thing. You've got a lot of stuff. There's stuff called countermeasures, which you could kind of hold as a reaction for when you get hit.
Okay.
There is a powerful patch where you could use one of the power die. You don't know how many ships power die is yet. You're all new cadets.
Yeah.
So it's out of whatever pool of power dice we all
used
share.
one for the
We've already
first,
officially used one, which was really good though, because that's what got you the oh no, they have no comms and this is a trap kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Powerful patch, if you use that, you could gain back hull points. Again, that's like a hold, like if they hit us, it's basically like let's batten down the hatches.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's stuff where you could brace for impact, where as a reaction you could use a power die to, instead of our shields being blown up, they get reduced to 1. Because again, once a shield hits, it'll start doing hull damage.
Yeah.
It's the let's wait and do a power boost so our shields are at 1 instead of none.
Yeah.
So do any of those sound good? Because again, each of them would require power die, but those are things where it's like you could decide now to be like, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
Because if they go for the big attack, we gotta go.
Because you said we were at 40%, 48%.
We're at 48.
48.
Yep.
Shield
48.
capacity at 48.
Um,
I'll let you make this decision in
okay,
your
so
infinite wisdom.
countermeasure, like once again, countermeasure. I'm horrible with
Oh
this.
yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Countermeasures.
My character knows this crap. I'm just what?
Basically, if your ship is forced to make a dex save, so if their ship starts doing crazy stuff like tractor beams, big weapons, torpedoes, bad shit, you can then use one of the power die, and until the start of the next turn, the ship's going to get a bonus to dex saves, going to get advantage. Countermeasures, like, okay, we see torpedoes coming, we're ready.
Okay.
You could do stuff like a powerful patch, and just like, in case our hull gets breached, let's regain hull points, like if they rip through the shield, or in case they even try to break the shield in the first place, instead of going to 0, we'll be back at 1 shield point, which is always nice, because again, it keeps you from just being auto-destroyed.
What are we at of our max?
So we're a maximum of 79, and we're at 48.
So they didn't deal
So
over
they
half.
dealt like
Didn't deal over
31
half.
points. So
Okay, so I don't think we need to risk either of the shield bouncing or the whole batten.
no,
I
I'll
think-
probably
yeah.
prepare for a countermeasure.
Yeah.
Prepare a countermeasure in case they do stuff like torpedoes.
Yeah.
Kind of like you got turbo laser. If they have a turbo laser, it might do a dex thing if they've got a better version.
Mhm.
Excellent. Here we go. Back to the top of the round. 2 more birds of prey come out of warp. So there are 4 now total. Meaning I have to roll all these twice. As 2 are going to use their lasers, kind of what you did. 2 are going to use torpedoes. So go ahead and get ready your countermeasure, because you're going to make a dexterity save for the ship.
Okay.
That's, again, ship has a 17 AC, so that is 3 hits, 1 misses. Thankfully, it was their turbo laser that missed on the Klingon bird of prey. But that, of course, is going to be then...
Okay. So just to confirm, how do we want to calculate rolls? Just so I figure this out. Do we just want to calculate with only the ship?
Yes, just
Okay.
using the ship. Is that as technicians, like, you get to be in charge of Dex this turn.
Okay. So that was technically a 17 because that's a +2.
17. Excellent. That will then make the ship will succeed its Dex save, so it will half
Oh yeah.
some of this damage coming up, which is damn helpful. Here we go.
Okay.
I will say I rolled really terribly high. Here we go. 19, 18. So that will make, first of all, 37 points to the shields.
And
Coming
that was
from-
halved.
That's not the halved. I've yet to get to the turbo. This is the other attacks.
Okay. All right. So that was how many points?
That was 37 points to shields.
All right. Shields at 11.
Okay.
That is then from the other one. Big old torpedo starts fracturing outward. Rams in for 34 half to 17 points.
To the hole?
That will then take out the shields.
Okay.
So shields are now
Shields
gone,
down.
and the hole now has just taken
6.
6 points of damage.
Okay. And you don't want me to take.
Mhm.
Do you want me to check on hull points?
Whole points, yes. Whole points were at 92.
Okay.
So now just keep track with 6 down, you're at 84 whole points. Here we go. We're back to your guys' turn. All this has just happened.
I have the spell command. Would I be able to use the communications?
Yep.
Just 60 feet, patch it through, and use it?
Make a ship patch check. Fun fact, your ship has a +8 to its patch right now. Patching is one of the biggest things you can do. You might be able to command. You're gonna make a patch check for the ship.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll +8. I'll let you know. You just need a DC 20.
Oh, let's go. That's a 19 plus 8.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
You are going in, and it's easy enough. Okay, the bird of prey, the one we hit, isn't the one that the commanders. It was just that like closest one. So you're gonna be able to easily patch the commander. Command is such a good spell. Here we go. Command.
PC 15 is really good for level 3.
Wisdom
you
saving
go.
throw and a 15. He fails.
Ooh.
Nice.
So he's gonna burn his one legendary resistance.
Bro.
He's gotta have it. You know he's gotta have it.
Oh, come on!
That's so good though. Now you know though. You patch in, you hack basic. I shouldn't. No, it's a patch. You patch in, you flood their channel with this psionic energy, just like go go go, and feel just that Klingon rage, just no as.
Yeah, the word I was gonna say was cease.
Cease. Here we go.
And desist.
No one is at the engines, fun fact, because now that shields are down, if engines were up, this would be a point where technically you could start repairing shields.
Yeah.
It is possible to like regain shield points, of course, but with the engines being down, it's hard to regain the power die and shield points necessary.
Yeah, we gotta keep going forward.
So, here we go. That's the group. You've just done your big thing as the comms expert of like, okay, I burned a legendary resistance going in for the rest of the crew.
This round, will we get in range to beam to the...
Yes, if you
Yeah.
need to go in. Here we go.
Okay. Let's
Moving
get up
in.
there and...
Can I shoot?
Go for
Yes.
it. Oh yeah.
Can
Well,
I
it's like
shoot them?
shooting
Probably
and
go
then
for a
moving.
more-
Yeah, yeah. That's
Probably
why it's a
go for a
group.
more
Quick
general
question.
approach with this
Yeah.
with
Do I
the
have
shots fired.
access to the rounds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
Can I shoot them with a blinding round?
Yeah, that's what the ship's got. Here we go, blinding round. What's the ship gonna have to make? Jeez Louise.
They have to do a con save DC of 14.
Yeah,
Or he's blind.
that's a failure. This ship.
Nice.
Boom, boom, boom. Explosion of just pure light. Your shields, I mean, you guys being red for it, like, throws up that reflective plating across the glass so, like, you can just enough see this basically supernova of, like, boom. They are blinded for this round. I mean, they've got disadvantage now. Well done.
Smart play.
Super smart.
Moving
you are moving in?
Forward to get the
Yep,
beam.
forward.
I'm gonna run over to see if
Yeah.
we can start.
Okay.
We'll get there, initiate a turn,
Yeah.
and then cut speed.
we
Initiate
go.
turn, cut speed.
We
so
need initiative turn cut speed. Excellent. I need a quick. This is going to be a probing check. Figure out, like, again, there's always a check.
ship
How do we get
stats.
safely in, if that makes sense?
If
Yeah.
we did
Using
a
ship,
thermal scanner, were we able to
+6
tell
there.
Plus 6.
how many passengers are on? If it's
Exactly.
just passengers, or if there are also Klingon on the ship?
22.
22. With that probe,
Is this a Trojan horse?
there is approximately 70 life forms aboard the Kobayashi Maru. You're guesstimating that they are all human, as there would be technically different signatures on 22 of Klingon. So they should all be, obviously, probably more than just human, like human, Andorian, Illyrian, possibly even Trill, right? So it's not like, they're not all the same,
Yeah, but very
But
human.
but very obviously not Klingon, very obviously not anything other crazy. Moving in,
It's not a
you'll
Trojan
be
horse.
able to teleport then next round, because on successful 22, a safe place will be found near the ship's bridge,
Yeah.
the Kobayashi Maru's
Right.
bridge, to be able to teleport into.
And how many people can we beam out at a time?
To beam out, once you, because you're going to want to get someone there who
Yep.
can then have that comms badge you need to then start sending the signal. You can beam 12 at a time.
Nice.
Okay, so that shouldn't take too long.
Shouldn't take too long. I mean, with 70 people, it's what, like 5 rounds? You just
Alright.
got to save 5 rounds. Here's what's important. Your hull is being damaged. This is where technician and operator, excuse me, not operator, technician and coordinator to talk about
Yeah.
Okay.
to get your ship's shield points back is going to take a lot.
Mhm.
Right now, you can do what's called close the blast doors, which basically gives you like a ship's rage. It's going to half damage to any damage done to your hull, where it's kind of like, hey, can we try to just back down? Like, we know we're going to get hit, so let's half the damage. Or there is an intensify shields where you can have a bonus to your ship's AC in general, The only thing is, this would take your ship's triggering attack as well. Meaning, you wouldn't be able to attack back, but it's like, we're going to just buff our AC for a round.
Okay.
Or
They
some of
already
the
have
stuff you might be
disadvantage on their attacks.
One of them already does. One of the 4 has
One,
disadvantage.
yeah.
There are 3 Klingon birds currently that have come, because 2 came out of war.
I think we should close the blast doors.
Okay, close the blast doors.
Okay, so if hit by ship attack, it's expending power die to mitigate the damage, which is honestly going to be great.
Okay.
Here we go. Excellent turn. We move in, firing off, blinding off, piloting in. We watch the Confidence again in that cinematic way. Comes in, getting close, in range. You do the scans. We find it, hacking in. We've got the shields ready. Blast doors are closing down. Klingon's turn. We're going to start with the one at disadvantage. That is only a 10. That will miss.
Sweet.
We are now going to roll for the other 3. They're once again going to do something to give their ships advantage. Bit of their own power dice stuff they got going on. So we'll start one at a time. That will be a 17 exactly. So one will hit.
Okay.
That's a 24. One will hit. And that is a 18. All 3 hit, but half damage from these 3.
Half damage. Okay. And
That's what you want to see. That is 12 points total, half to 6 to the whole.
nice. Okay, we're at 78.
78
Perfect.
whole points. As the side of the Confidence is getting ripped apart. You have no shields anymore, but closing the blast door, super smart move. As no, even the hull getting damaged. You get the beep, of course, as as coordinator. Out of the crew of 300, over 28 crew members are currently dead. As decks going down from about the 10th level to 12th are just ripped apart.
Okay.
At least 28.
Alright.
Here we go. Alright, crew.
Who's running? Who do we need to handle beaming?
If we're staying down, if we're
What
staying up
position is
here,
that?
I'm willing to go down and help beam up because the
Willing down?
piloting won't be needed.
Yes.
Isn't that what I do?
She beams, right?
You beam.
Okay.
She beams,
so
I'm the one going down.
You're the one that will
coordinating.
start beaming people
I was
back.
telling if you can do one
You're
of
going
these.
down. You're going down.
Shooting.
Staying at weapons.
I
Yes.
will
Staying in
stay
shield.
until I am needed for a combat roll because I will.
That's smart, right? It's like
Yeah.
waiting for combat.
Yeah.
So we talked. I'm going to basically simulate like I'm telling all the people on those floors on that side of the ship to evacuate to other sides, get to a safe place so
Hell
we
yes.
lose no more life.
Go ahead, make me a patch as well with 8.
Question.
Start like let's.
Man, not having the engineer really sucks.
Yeah. Question.
Yeah.
As we're all preparing, do you want a bardic? D6.
Holy
A
That's
sack roll.
going to help into the attack roll of the ship as it's
Good.
D6.
fire where it hurts. Connect
And
great.
the engineering station overloaded once, but it's still functional.
It's like
Oh, yeah.
functional, but it's that like what normally engineering does a lot of great stuff where it can get you power dice back, it can give you more shields back. You're really gonna struggle with it because it doesn't seem completely functional. It's like obviously if it was broken, the ship would explode. But it's like
Yeah.
well, and true engineering is happening in the warp core, but the ship, it's like we're just gonna put this area here.
Yeah.
Two
So
quick questions. When it first exploded, I told you if I could investigate it. I rolled a 16 to see what happened or if it will happen again.
I'm holding on that one.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Holding on that one.
The
if
next thing,
anybody
I just
wants
want
to
to attack
pop one,
whenever
feel
we're
free
ready to
to
attack.
do it.
Yes. Once you're ready to attack, of course.
17
We
for
don't
that
have the
patch.
ability to turn.
17.
Our pilot is now
Crew immediately.
down there.
You're getting a lot of chatter back, a lot of station. Just again, probably pre-recorded of just like moving inside the ship. Okay, everything's good. We're reloading blinding torpedoes as needed, but that's gonna take some time, so we won't be able to get there yet. But we're reloading. Tell the captain, are we running? Are we fighting? What's going on? Like basically, a lot of the crew is also now starting to ask like, what
Yeah.
the hell's going
The
on?
plan, and I will relay this through
Over the
comms to
comms.
that.
Yep.
We're holding position until we get the crew of the other ship,
Kobayashi
the
Maru.
Kobayashi Maroon, onto the Confidence, and then we will turn.
Okay,
For now, evacuate all who are not necessary.
here we go. So two
to
are
the
beaming,
safer side of the ships. Yeah.
2 for beam.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And we're both going down there, so I'm
You two
going
are
to.
going down?
Fun
I
fact.
guess I'm going down.
Oh wait,
This is-
you are?
I don't know.
I think
Oh, were you? I'm sorry, I didn't
Oh,
know if you were. I was
Would
just-
it be detrimental to them up here if I went down?
Technically no, but again, in
Perfect.
it's yeah.
I will turn officership of the bridge over to
Namorum.
All right, sounds good.
Okay,
On the
Namorum.
way down, I would like to
You've
use
got
that
pawn.
silly song. They're called Spirit Tales. I'm calling them silly songs.
Silly song.
And what
Pizza
of our
Angel. We
abilities
both
do
get
we
temporary
have?
hit points.
Smart.
What
hell
of
yes.
our weapons and supplies are we able to? Just the phaser?
Weapons. You like reach out. When did I get the phaser? Probably it's
Okay.
a holodeck phaser, but everything
It works.
seems very real right now.
Perfect.
I mean,
You now got 5 temporary
Cadet
hit points.
Sourd
so
is
do I.
still
Awesome.
wrapped up on the deck, dead. So it's like, okay, you've got phasers, you've got all that stuff. Beaming down and in. Engage. Boom. You feel it's easy enough. No check needed. It's like one of those like there's no way to fail a check beating someone down. To get people back is going to require a probing check by the ship. So when you have the chance, it's of course you got a +6. I will let you know. Getting people back, it can get up to a max of 12. Failing DCs though just might mean not everyone comes, if that makes sense.
Hopefully we don't
So
come
it's
in
about
halves.
right now, again, being this close, it's about a DC 12. So once they can get down, it'll be easy enough to beam them back.
Ooh, what is that?
Really fancy dice.
What is
Plus
the
6.
+6. This is a pro check.
1 sec. 15.
15. That meets the DC exactly right now.
Woo!
You,
I was so terrified.
you two go down, and very much the simulated crew. What's going on? Like immediately though, comm badges there. You're locking onto the signal.
Confidence, prepare to receive.
12 down.
That's 58 left.
58 left.
And they're all alive.
Ready to shoot?
Okay, question. You said
They're all.
the torpedoes could be. There are 2 torpedoes.
Yes.
Right? So can each one of them be a different type of round?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. The one that lost the shield with the big laser, is it the same one that was blinded?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
That's what it helps with the positioning
Do
of
we
the ship
still
right now. Where it's like
advantage
we
on
can,
that one?
Any
yeah,
chance
Yeah.
there's advantage to hit it because he can't see the torpedo coming?
for sure.
All right, perfect. So I wanna just hit him with a normal torpedo.
Yeah.
And then I just wanna hit a second ship with a stunning round.
Yes. Okay. Normal torpedo and a stunning round. So go ahead and roll the hit, of course, with advantage.
That was a 5. Okay, that's way better. That's a 21 to hit total.
21 hits.
And what's the damage for the torpedo? Sorry.
Oh, torpedo damage. I can tell you in just a second. Standard plasma are 4d12 ion damage.
4d12.
4d12.
40-12.
As you have to swap out for thermite or advanced photons for fire or energy damage, respectively.
That's
And this one doesn't have the shield. Sweet.
This is the one you've already ripped into, blinded, like it's
24 total.
Yes.
24
I brought it
total?
to share, please.
Boom!
Pass it
Cleon
around.
Bird of Prey, boom! Explodes in space.
Perfect.
Nice.
3 left.
The
Kill
second
confirmed.
torpedo is a stunning round to the closest one again, so I'm gonna
Okay.
go
Wait,
to
I haven't
hit,
had any of these yet. I'm curious.
and I'm going to use the bardic.
So what are
Okay.
like, what are
Alright,
you looking at to
it's
figure out
8-14.
I
14
coordinate.
will
As in, I
miss
don't
their
have a
armor
shield.
class of
Okay.
15.
I
I'll let you know
guess
it's like that
you guys
barely.
tell me what you
It looks
have,
like
and
their
I-
shields are barely
Okay.
what pings
Okay.
off. So it's
Basically,
like,
it's
okay,
like
we've got an
the
AC
cap.
17, they got an
Alright,
AC
sounds good.
15.
Okay.
Okay, so phew, the other ship doesn't take any damage yet, but now you've kind of
So
understood a bit
like
better
you
their
as the coordinator
shields.
can make the decisions for what the other stations are gonna do,
Okay.
and they
alright.
listen to you.
Yeah,
Okay, so
and
you're off,
coordinators
I was off.
do have other like deployment abilities, but
Yes.
as of right now, until we want to delve into them, we won't.
There aren't any.
So
Sounds good.
that makes you guys again. The ship one explodes. Klingons are gonna go. Captain, check.
We're still closing the bay doors. So
2 more birds
Yeah,
of
the
prey
blast
come
doors
out of
are
warp.
Goodness gracious.
That makes a total of 5 birds of prey.
We just need to hold on.
Gonna attack.
Yep.
That is going to be 1 hit, a critical hit, 1 miss, 1 miss,
Okay.
and another hit. So 2 hits
Okay,
and a
and what was
crit.
the reaction I could use against that?
This is once again using the batten down
The blast doors?
blast doors. So
Okay.
it's another power die. I will also say it's a gamble because once you're at a power die without having the engines
many
up and
power
running,
die
we
do
don't
we have?
we don't know. That's kind of the scary scenario. We don't even know how many power die we're allowed to use yet.
Okay.
So if you use it now, it's like you know there's one left. It's once you run out, you'll know. So it's like it's. Do you want to use one now?
Okay. I will make that call to use it now. Just
We're
so
playing Russian.
You have the con. It's, you
This
are
is,
acting captain right now.
Yep.
So
Yeah. This is literally attrition.
you
right now,
use
so
it.
it's-
Yeah.
There's power die left. You don't know how
Okay.
many, but it's like there's still
Alright.
some
Still
left.
more.
Power day left.
Here we go.
Is
Without
there anything else you
it's
want to
hard.
take care of?
That's gonna have
Yeah.
damage.
Patching comms in, bringing people in. That was
From-
a 20.
20.
Okay.
You're
Bring
fine.
people in.
That's another 12.
And question: are we still in a suitable position where we can still like attack, like fire on all sides?
For sure. It's very much to use your turbo laser. You're gonna have to move the ship just a little bit to fire. It might mess with a bit of the check because again, it's
Yeah,
always
that's
best
why
having
I'm
you-
going down to help.
So
Okay.
'cause
right
you
now
should
though,
risk
using
it.
torpedoes, but also that means a lot of your crew is constantly loading. Like we gotta keep torpedoes
Okay.
running.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, I think torpedoes are our best bet. So yeah.
That is
So I have a question.
that is yikes.
But I'll ask it
46 points of damage, half to 23.
Hey.
We are at 55.
As this happens, you both again like here. Everyone's staying together, like using your comms. I have to make a check using a D12. 3 Klingons beam down into the Kobayashi Maru with you.
Do we have like
Whoa!
any
And they
melee
pull out
sidearm or
their-
anything?
You guys have, of
I
course,
pull out
phasers,
a pirate sword.
pirate
That's
sword,
all I have.
any little weapons you would have. Of course,
Okay.
technically, being the captain of the scenario, you get to dictate if we're allowed to use phasers, what settings, and all of that.
Set phasers to lethal.
Vaporize. If you check that, that's going to be 2d12 energy damage on a hit.
Okay.
That's vaporize, baby.
What do you
Upgraded
add to it? Like,
The
plus
better
to hit?
Barbosa
Like,
instead
what's
of
that?
plus
the
it's
vaporize people.
important. Ranged attack. So it's dexterity, but everyone gets proficiency in phasers.
Yeah. I
as
will
everyone-
send it up to the rest of the ship as well. Everyone to have
set
their
phasers, and that's easy. Since you guys aren't in combat, it's I can use my action to set it to kill. It's nice, and I'll allow you guys would have it already. I'm being super nice on that one.
Perfect.
Okay, 3 Klingons appear. As they appear, they're going to take some swings at 2 on you, 1 on the cucumber.
Okay, good. AC 16.
AC 16. Good heavens, I gotta
I don't
hold
even
back
think
up
my
my.
AC is right now.
That's
I don't know if
these
it's
are
wrong.
Klingon stats. Yikes, I forgot about that. And they act pretty late in the initiative. Well, their ship gets great, but they're not great. Here we go. Sorry. 2 misses.
Okay.
One of them goes for Larry.
AC
It's another
14.
miss. That's only
Nice.
8. You both immediately clones with their giant scimitar sword are just screaming.
Oh, wait,
You're
did he
getting
enter
most
my
of it.
attack range?
Hmm?
They entered my
They
melee
entered,
range.
yeah.
I would like to use my sentinel fighting style.
Hell yeah.
And reaction slash this one with my little my
Even
little
Robert the
combat
Terrible
knife.
could land a hit on me.
Excellent.
That is a 22 to hit,
22 will hit.
and that is 5 kinetic slashing damage.
Kind of cuts in. You will die.
He also has 4 slowed levels now.
Yes. Excellent. Here we go. As initiative started, what we're going to do is first do ship
Okay.
and then you guys again because
Perfect.
you're in the combat. So on the ship, we're starting. Are we starting with
Phasing?
transport?
Yeah.
Go ahead and start phasing.
That's 12 plus 6.
12 plus 6, 18 beats the DC. Another 12, 36. You're about halfway. There's only 34 people left. I can do math. Yeah,
34.
34 people left.
Which means we can come back up on one of those loads.
Yeah. It's kind of that bear, like, it makes the perfect 72, right? These holodeck simulations, they know how to play. And, yeah. No,
Wait.
for sure, though, it's going to take 3 more
Oh,
turns.
God, this was a
Does the
holodeck
ship count as a creature?
The ship does not count as a
Okay.
creature, fun
Dang
fact. It is
What's your
certain
AC
people's
now?
spells and abilities won't totally help in that regard.
Okay.
I have a
May not
question.
need it,
Yes.
but I'd like
I have access
So
to
I'm thinking,
everything
'cause I got a
that
free cast
we
of
have
Super
in
Fate
the
things to spend
sheet
on
for-
vacation,
Yep.
spend that now.
even the EMP bomb.
Even EMP bombs.
Can I shoot EMP bomb?
I will ask this. Are you going to even ask the technician or do you
No,
just want
I'm
to shoot
just
it?
gonna. I'm like the scene is this. He looks at something that says EMP. He's like, I'll be damned. Can I shoot EMPs at him? Just woo. Let's make him fall.
Granted.
All right. I'll end.
I
keep forgetting how terrifying you
I
are.
can't even remember how many EMP bombs you have. I think it's a lot. Oh no, you just got 100 or so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but once we run out along the voyage, we run out.
Oh yeah, like I mean, there's
no
no
place to stop and
restock.
get stuff.
Yeah.
EMP bomb going off.
But yeah,
What do I
since
roll?
this is
You're gonna
just
roll once it because an
wow.
EMP bomb you just roll once. It's again using the ship's attack strength at +3. You're rolling, and then they're gonna have to make a save.
Okay.
Ooh.
Give me a minute. The +3.
+3.
That's going to be a synthetic 20.
Synthetic 20 will hit. Ship's gonna have to make a save. Actually gonna triple also check EMP bomb here. Oof. Okay. Yep. Constitution saving throw. And I will say within 300 feet. So 2 of the birds of prey. I'll say one of them is also close enough to also make the con save. DC 15. Wow, they both hardcore succeed with rolled 18s. So they are not unfortunately stunned and knocked down electrics, but you've got these.
Did it
They're
do a
rolling.
little bit
99
of
bomb.
damage though?
Unfortunately, no EMP bombs. Again, they more run electronics wise.
Well, yeah,
So if
that's
they hit, they hit hard. But it's kind of like what we would consider cantrips in traditional
Oh, yeah,
D&D,
yeah,
where
yeah.
it's like when they hit, they're great, but if not, damn. So excellent. Try the boom.
How
EMP
many,
bomb
how many
goes off.
actions can he take?
Right now, just one. Weapon
one?
firing
Okay.
is if you're using the just normal like energy lasers, you roll twice because you can do 2d4 for each. But if it's like big torpedo, big bomb, big stuff like that, it's kind of simple.
Okay.
Do you want to try any more actions like battening down the hull or anything else? Because now that you have the con, you could try doing some of the coordinator stuff, which gives you. Let's see.
Which is what you
Well, there's a bunch. Basically,
They
I'm
gave
down
commands.
there.
when you're not in
transferred
command,
to
you
him.
don't get to act like in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, you can try to give what's called heads up, but that's mostly for initiative stuff. And you're kind of already into initiative. You can try what's called like an overwhelming presence. Try to like frighten the creature. You know, basically like do a check.
Yeah,
Like
patch you through.
it's making a menace
oh
or
my gosh,
impression.
patch you through.
Well,
You're
I-
terrifying.
I have intimidation.
There is what's called watch out, where if you have to make a saving throw, you use your reaction, and you can like
What
add
the-
the number to a saving throw. So it's like, oh, like help with the reaction. Or there is steady as she goes to help strengthen allies' defenses. It's using a power die. Ship and all the allies will get a bonus to any saving throws rolled. Just like a flat, like, hey, from now on for this fight, we all have a plus whatever.
Okay.
There is also call for backup where you can use your action. Excuse me. Ally ships have to be within 300 feet. My bad.
Okay.
And of course, bolster, where you can gain temp hit points back to the crew and the shield as well. Just
The
like
shield.
but because the shields are
Oh,
0,
okay.
they can't be gained
Oh,
anymore.
gosh,
That's
yeah,
why.
'cause I was
Because they're
like,
like
That's why we would
this
want the
is-
engine to bring the shields back online
So we
before
can
you
go.
can.
Boink.
Because if the shields are up, you can always gain back more
I
shields.
think we should do the intimidation thing because first of all,
Okay.
you're already terrifying as it is.
All right. Sounds good.
And you do your
'Cause-
little.
Here we go.
What I was thinking, like the intimidation thing's good. I think for right now we want the saving throws.
They haven't had us make any saving throws though.
They have
Yeah.
yet
Well,
to
for
get
the
the same.
ship especially, the ship
Yeah.
definitely needs
Did-
like saving throws. So.
Hold on.
We haven't made any
Did
saving
you
Oh, we
use
have
that
that.
bardic
Okay,
class
okay.
attack roll?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, you
use
did.
one.
Got it.
Because that's what. Yeah.
Okay.
It's all like,
Yeah.
if not, you
Um,
still have that for later.
Yeah. They've just shot us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all
shoot.
they've done. We're not making any like basic maneuvers.
But that's a good one for like if we're dodging stuff.
Okay. And that does that technically count as a reaction?
No, actually, this is part of like your
coordinator.
group action. So
Yeah, okay.
what's going to happen is
Okay.
the first thing, fun fact, is you do have to use the ship's first impress or menace check. So
Okay.
what's going to happen first is, and fun fact, the ship does not have anything to impress or menace. It is a 0. So it's kind of a flower because it's not just what you're saying; it's what the ship can do. You're trying to like look at
We
us
have
like
superior
we're trying.
background.
So
Oh,
do you?
okay, kinda
But
like
either way, are you going to try to impress them or are you going to try to menace them?
Looks like extra sparkly.
isn't that the same thing for Klingons?
Maybe.
Yeah.
With a Klingon, I mean, I'm not here, but I would go in. 'Cause
I'm
it's
fighting
like,
for
yeah,
my life
honestly,
on the
it's really
Kobayashi
hard to
Maru.
make a Klingon feel scared, but it would be hard. It would be easier, I think, to get a Klingon's respect
Yeah.
than it would be to scare.
And I feel like for me, like as my character, I will definitely get because it's just like for me, this is like the Space Marines. This is
Yeah.
basically what the Klingons are. So it's
Yeah.
just like I like these guys already.
So go ahead, try to impress him. Make
Okay.
just flat roll down.
Flat roll. Okay, please. That is a 17.
17's really good just to roll. Here's what's going to happen. They are now going to make a contested probing check and might be charmed by you if they fail. And charmed is really good, meaning they're not going to... Like, one of these ships might... And again, I will say, you're going for, obviously, the big commander, you know, the head one.
Right.
Here we go.
You and I have
Bird
very
of Prey
different
has to make a
uses of
probe.
charm.
They've only got a
I was
+1
just
to their
about-
probing check.
You know, it's gonna still do it on my
It's
turn.
pretty basic. That is a 16.
Oh, yeah.
So for this round, you use this. I will say, as you do so, power dice are gone now.
We're gone.
So
Gone.
all power dice are gone.
Oh.
But in this moment, the big command ship can't do anything because they are charmed, but impressed enough maybe to sit back and go, okay, let's see what they can do. We cut down into combat. Aaron, 3 Klingons.
Perfect.
Oh, there's
One of
3.
them you slashed.
Awesome.
The one who was
Bonus
in-
action. I'm going to. We have like pockets, right? Little
Mhm.
like breast pocket. I'm going to reach in and pull out an ace of spades, and I'm going to flick it 5 so that they're all within 5 feet of it, but it's behind them, so it's not hitting us. I need them each to make a dexterity saving throw.
You got special magical items?
It's not a magical item. This is a maneuver.
One of them crit succeeds. One gets
Dex
a
18.
Dex 18. Wow.
Yeah, it's good.
One of them gets a sim
Maneuvers
20, and one of them
stars.
hardcore fails.
Okay.
So 2 got crazy good rolls, but 1 does for sure.
One takes 4 sonic damage. I rolled max.
Well done.
And then action, I'm going to shoot the one on Lawrence that didn't fail.
Phaser.
Okay.
Yeah, because the one on you that didn't. Yeah,
23
for sure hits.
and 2d12
2d12.
of what kind of damage?
This is energy
Whoa.
damage. Pure energy. Just shoot.
Ooh.
And do I add my dexterity?
You do actually. Yes, for now.
23.
23.
Nice.
Hardcore hurt already. As your knife in the sonic damage is like,
Yeah.
damn, that's really not doing a
And
lot. But
Stand down!
you should die with honor, Federation dog.
Yeah,
How about you
please,
die with honor first?
Lawrence, that's you.
Okay,
that
here's
was
my thought.
good.
Of
That was
all
a
of them,
good
who is the
one.
one that's looking the least hurt?
The one that least hurt. There's one on Aaron that hasn't basically taken any.
Cool. I'm
damage.
thinking to find a way to incapacitate him. I put out a rubber mask that has a lot of limbs. I cast Tasha's Hideous Armor. I jump and it's like, hey, look! I tumble up the ground. A spree girl!
Gross.
Oh my
Aaron
God.
just.
Hideous laughter. Here we go.
And then you
Spree
just
girl!
rip your cons. Focus.
Intelligence roll.
Thank you.
Oh damn. He does succeed on a synthetic 18.
Are you
Okay.
kidding me, man?
I
I
was
wasted my A comedy on this.
about a silly vegetable? Ah! As he
Well, by
pulls
this
up the
silly-
sword.
Question about my bonus action.
Right for the spirit
Any
stuff.
good oh wait.
Could inspire me.
Yeah. Bardic
Inspire.
inspiration.
That's
Yeah.
because
I
like
would
spirits
love
is
that.
more you want to prep it, but quick
I may
bardic
not
is
be
always
funny.
good.
Yeah, I don't use
Yes.
yeets. I'm not
The
Inspiration.
Klingons are going to take their attacks. Aaron, 2 are coming after you.
Okay.
1 hits on a 21,
Get it?
Oof.
Spring onion.
I still have 5 temps, so I'm
and
sitting decent.
it's 21 points of damage.
Oh.
Okay, so
You got
my
5 temp HP
five
it goes
temp,
through.
It goes through that, and I take 16, which drops me to 12.
You are, these big old spears they're carrying are no joke. Like, I shouldn't call them spears. They're these Klingon swords. One is going to make an attack against Lawrence. Does a
13, you say?
13?
No.
Not as natural, but yeah.
Would any of you want
Klingon
to trade
misses.
out with me?
They are going to make a quick check, though.
I could trade out with one of you guys.
The one that looks completely uninjured. That just just. Which of you command these dogs?
Have fun find that out.
Kind of looks around and is looking between you two.
The vegetable and the human.
Yeah, and is I will say
wonder.
on a 17 insight is kind of leaning towards
Yeah.
the human. No offense to a vegetable.
I did just
But-
put on
I will just-
a
I'll point the
scout
phaser.
a
Point the
stallion
phaser.
mask sumo attire and jump on the floor, so
Stand down, and you will die with honor.
What?
Stand down, and you will live in regret.
You see, he is going to touch his comm then. Fire on their life support! As it is end of the turn.
Oh gosh.
We are back to the top of the order. Klingons are starting with their attacks. The 5 that are here are making their attacks. That is going to be
Oh, hey.
Just
so far
That's excluding the big ship, yeah.
excluding the big one.
Okay.
Because yes. Because it's only the 4 others that are just doing quick attacks.
Okay.
The big one can't do shit because you charmed him.
Gotcha.
But so far 2 of them have hit, and that is going to finish up. Yes. That is all 4 hit, but you see they're not using lasers at this point. It's just simple energy damage, so it may not be as much.
Okay,
That's going to be
that's
2
Dang, this
dice.
holodeck is advanced.
Holiday.
Hey, going for it.
Oh damn.
sure it's not
That's
real?
going to be 10, 29.
I mean, that sword hurt.
Oh
People laughed at
jeez.
all my jokes.
How many hit? Hold dice left or hold points?
We are at 55.
That is 51 points of damage as their quad lasers just start.
And the
Life
engineer
supports
wall
are
is
down.
completely gone. Correct.
You now at the con. The only crew that might be alive may be on the bridge. You guys.
Oh gosh.
Like, there's very, very low
I'll
chance.
look at the command seat. What's on the seat? What is it saying?
Command seat, finish simulation. This is rough. Here we go. As they finish up, they're hailing.
What?
They're hailing.
Patch and Drew?
Well done, Federation dogs. Die now and live in regret.
It's a guy we
That
don't live.
doesn't make
That-
sense.
I will literally reply, it's like, you do not even know the basic cognition of regret.
And maybe it's the language barrier, but you get that feeling of, oh no.
Okay.
Here comes your guys' turn. Patching them in. How many can you get?
Natural 20 for a total of 26.
A natural 20. I will be super nice. You can do it twice. You're just
Heck.
doing nothing but transporting.
Yes.
That is still only 24, meaning there's 10 people plus your 2 crew.
Okay.
So you would still need 1 more round.
Can we send
Are we able
Lawrence?
to,
Do
like,
I
with
send
one
back
of-
and see if I can try to fix the ship as much as
Because
I
if
can?
there's 10
Since I've
people
got
We
good
need
10.
an engineer.
I'm thinking we
Here's the
send
thing.
Lawrence back
If there's
up.
10
Yeah.
people left, I can switch with you because you can command more and I can just like take the rest of the guys
Got
out.
it. So it's almost
only takes
out of the
about 2
24, one of them will be Lawrence. So that, because right now it's like he would have to come back on another round. So it's just like saying before it all goes through, you're grabbing 24 people, one of them being Lawrence,
Okay.
Do we also want
right?
Because we
Did we
want to
also-
get Namoran down here.
Yeah.
But you want to get into more depth.
swap these two?
Yeah.
I become
That's the hard part.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
Can we do it?
What's the call?
Let's do it.
What? So we
Okay.
can't if we can't get 2 groups if we beam someone down to the ship.
Exactly.
Oh.
No, we okay. Take more
So-
people.
Yeah.
You would have to.
Before I
Take
We have
leave,
to take more people.
We
there's
have
one
to-
question. Could I pop off a second level healing word?
Because ship initiatives, and then we
Yep.
zoom in.
Okay.
You go up with this group, get the ship fixed, ready to deploy. I will stay down and escort the rest.
Done.
And so it's going to be me and the other
Come back as best
11
you can.
next round if we survive.
Alright, Lawrence. Get those
Lawrence,
engines back
you
online.
get
everything
transported
online
back.
If you can.
Go.
Ship is about to burst.
4 HP.
Okay, what's about to happen? Yeah, 4 or 5, I think 4.
4.
4.
Repair.
Hey Mom, what's up?
What's the goal? Lawrence, you're
That-
going to try to make a repair check.
That
One
is.
sec.
I will tell you
You
this.
said.
It is going to be using the ships, of course. You are trying to
Yeah. Honestly, like at this point, just
patch.
as much as you can. The
Go
enemy
ahead,
was
you're
fine,
gonna
but
make
it's just
me
like an intel.
right now.
I think we
You're
gotta
making
run.
a patch check. It's got a
So,
plus
I think
8,
we switch him.
but you
Blinded.
need
Blinded.
high.
Because we want to
Blind-
the living
I'll do
crap
I
out
have
of
to
it.
cancel
Blinding or
guidance.
Blinding or
Can't
stunning,
guidance
or we
yourself.
switch him to pilot.
Can't guidance myself.
Or wait.
Got it.
You don't have anything to do on the tactical station, so you
ooh,
could switch over to
22.
piloting too, maybe.
22
Yeah.
is good. It doesn't
So
do
you're
the
repairing,
DC
so I'll
24,
fight it then.
but you will gain back a total of 20 hit points.
Okay.
Okay, 20 hit
Lawrence,
points.
you immediately trying to engineer. It is still sparking when you even touch engineering, but 20 hit points, so
24.
24.
Right.
It's better than nothing.
Okay. And
That could still be the one good hit.
to help with that.
I'm going to ask, because you were officially the operator for the start, I'm going to message you something
Okay.
based on that nat 13 earlier.
Oh. Messenger or text?
Text.
So 2 stunning rounds, Nathan?
2 stunning rounds,
I
yes.
just wanted to make sure I wasn't like dying inside. So
That's cute.
yeah, my mommy loves me.
Yeah. Unless does
August,
anyone want
what
to
does shocking rounds do?
It's kind of like stunning, where shocking rounds, it's a kinetic type of damage, but kinetic type shocking rounds do have, you need to have advantage and both hit, or they have disadvantage both fail. Basically, you make something a shocking round on if you can crit on it, if you have advantage and both hit, and then it can make a saving throw. Shocking rounds are a bit different than blinding stuff, where it's like, ooh, if we get a really good thing, we can make it shocking for free, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I'm going to calm Link up. Namorin, get them out of here.
Done.
I need you to make a piloting check.
You have the Emperor's peace.
Wait, what's happening? I missed stuff.
Here we go. Go ahead. You're going to make me a boost check. You have a +3 to this.
Okay.
I'm so confused.
Namorin's taking control of the con and is flying everyone out on Aaron's command.
Are you staying down there?
I'm still down there. We didn't get me back up.
Wait, everyone's up except for you.
Except for me and 11 of the other crew members.
But
Okay,
he's
how
ordering
much
you
is on
guys to
boost?
flee. Boost +3.
Okay, that is a synthetic 13.
Synthetic 13.
Yes.
How out?
Can he have my advantage that I didn't get?
Yes.
Okay.
You allow that advantage you got from earlier as
Do you need a guidance?
guidance. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Add a D4
+4.
as well.
Oh, D4? Okay.
So then there's 4 ships that
Maracas
might
are
be able to attack.
Okay, it's a +2, yeah?
+2.
Okay, so that's an 18, 20, 21.
21. In ship combat, your ship's gonna have they have to hit now a 21 to hit you guys as you boost away. Right?
Is there any thing I can do, like batten down the hatches a little bit more to half the damage? Or?
Power die's already gone.
Okay.
Does that take away my ability to shoot as well?
As basically Namorin is on command, turning the ship, it's gonna put you out of range of everything. That will make having flattened one ship barely hits an exact 21 against you guys. I will let you know they're rolling 2d12 for their turbo laser.
Yeah, we're done for.
On a maximum.
On a maximum.
We're done. Otherwise, we get.
Well, excuse me. Technically, with their strength score of a +5, Klingon Birds of Prey are meant for battle.
Yeah, we're done.
If I roll a 19 or higher, we're going to start with 1. As already a 9. Meaning, on a 14, if I roll a 10 or higher, they have hit the ship and it explodes. Namorin, as it goes, Klingon standing over you and die, coward! On a 12. Hits the back thruster. Chain explosions going. Aaron, you watch outside this port window. The Confidence explodes. Simulation ends. You are all standing here.
Does the arch appear?
Arch appears. You see one walks out.
I'm
Thank
the
you,
man.
cadets.
He's dead.
Who?
The system overloaded and killed this cadet.
You look. Cadet Soward is not there.
Jack is not.
A simulation of a person.
You see. We apologize. Cadet Soward is, of course, here as part of the simulation. He will be debriefed by Fleet Admiral Hank Noble.
Thank you.
Walking in, you see Fleon. Cadets, Welcome.
To attention.
It's like Fleet Admiral. It's like full salute, full attention.
Wait, you guys
At
salute?
ease.
How?
You all did admirably. But, of course, this was a Kobayashi Maru. We apologize for the subterfuge, but under recent years, too many cadets have heard of the infamous Kobayashi Maru and have tried their best to win the unwinnable scenario. Your grading has been chosen. Please report back to your living quarters, and we will finish our evaluations and decide your assignments there.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
As walking out, Admiral Noble, kind of standing there, does look at you as you pass, and on a passive insight, does look a little disappointed. As you didn't get everyone, ship blew up.
Did you
It was
just say
rough.
the scenario was unwinnable?
Yeah.
Walking out, you see a lot of cadets are talking, just like, I thought they did away with Kobayashi Maru. Obviously not. I mean, that was insane. Like, everyone basically had what you guys had.
Great.
As fun fact, this is canon lore. The Kobayashi Maru is a very famous exit exam for any cadet that ever wants to be a pilot, let alone crew, meant to give you an unwinnable scenario. There was never a way to win. There was never a way to perfectly do everything.
So there was never a way to fully get everybody out.
So, therefore,
Everyone lost.
what were they grading on?
How much on
How much
losses?
you did.
And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Oh!
Thank you all so much for playing. Thank you all for watching. And we will see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.